They say that my behavior's unacceptable, so condescending, unnecessarily critical. I have a tendency of getting very physical, so watch your step, cause if I do, you'll need a miracle. You train me, try, make me wonder why I'm even here. The double vision I was seeing is finally clear. You want to stay, but you know very well I want you gone. Not fit to fucking tread the ground that I'm walking on. When it gets cold outside and you've got nobody to love, you'll understand what I mean when I say there's nowhere we're gonna give up. Like a leader who cries in the face of a monster that lives in a dream. Yeah. Is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. And is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. What you were doing was screwing things up inside my head. You should know better, you never listen to what I said. Touching your pillow and writhing in the naked sweat, hoping somebody someday will do you like I did. When it gets cold outside and you've got nobody to love, you'll understand what I mean when I say there's nowhere we're gonna give up. Like a leader who cries in the face of a monster that lives in a dream. Yeah. Is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. And is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. Does it kill? Does it burn? Is it painful to learn that it's me who has all the control? Does it thrill? Does it sting when you feel what I bring and you wish that you had me to hold? When it gets cold outside and you've got nobody to love, you'll understand what I mean when I say there's nowhere we're gonna give up. Like a leader who cries in the face of a monster that lives in a dream. Yeah. Is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. And is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. Is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. And is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. it's in my head. So I'm shaking off the rust. I think I broke just a little bit. Walk through the fire, made it back again. Lord knows I tried everything I can. Now I'm shaking off the rust. You think too much, it's in my head. So I'm shaking off the rust. You got no trust, it's in my head. Now I'm shaking off the rust. I think I broke just a little bit. Walk through the fire, made it back again. Lord knows I tried everything I can. And I'm shaking off the rust. Yeah, I'm shaking off the rust.
Coming to you live from historic McBean Stadium in the heart of Lincoln, California. It's time for Potters Baseball. Potters Baseball brought to you by Stone's Broadcast Networks. And now let's send it up to the booth, to the legend, Mark the Phantom Lowe.
Thank you, Disembodied Voice, and welcome into McBean Stadium in lovely Lincoln, California for a Tuesday night baseball affair. I like to call them affairs. The Lincoln Potters, your home team, the Pleasanton Jaxx, the visitors out of the Bay Area Collegiate League. And we are just about to get started. I am Mark the Phantom Lowe. That is Riley the engineer. And Riley, you might have to crack the mic today. I coming off fresh off another day of jury duty, and I'm dragging, brother. I might need you. So do you got it? If you got it, have another Dr. Pepper, and I may need you later on. I'll try to carry on for a while, but I may need you later on. I need you to turn me up just a little bit if you would. John Alkire is on the mound for your Lincoln Potters as they are 10-1 on the season, and they're trying to make it, well, let me see, that would be 11-1 to start off. We've got tonight's game against the Pleasanton Jaxx, then a 3-game series Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with the Peloteros, a very difficult foe we ran into last year. Next Tuesday, the Chico Lone Wolves, also from the BACL, will come in, and then all of a sudden, it's Pacific Empire League time with the Potters on the road against the Mudcats, and then that weekend on the 19th, 20th, and 21st, I believe are the dates, the Potters will be taking on and entertaining the Humboldt Crabs. You want to come out here for that one. That is going to be a fantastic 3-game series. And also during that series, the great Pat Still returns to the booth with us to do some commentary. His partner, Tom Milley, doing it on Sunday. And Brock Raggets came out and said he liked it. So that's all I care about, what Brock says, because he goes to Jessup, and he's a coach, and he's really smart. So John Alkire is on the mound for the Potters. 1-0 on the season, 5 innings pitched. He's given up a hit. He's given up a run. He has struck out 7, and he has walked 3, an ERA of 1.80. The Pleasanton Jaxx have a batting order, but they just gave it to us about 10 minutes ago, so too late for Riley to input it into his weird system with the on board the bridge of the Starship Enterprise. So we'll just tell it to you. First 3 are going to be Jake Eater, Bubba Martinez, and Lincoln Anderson for the Pleasanton Jaxx. Jonathan Shepard batting in the 4th spot. Carson Kripe, the catcher, batting 5th. Andrew Ahn is at first base. Rogan Bodie at the shortstop. Luca Peterson at 3rd base. And Brent Valentine at 2nd base. Jack Tews, a local product, is on the mound for the Pleasanton Jaxx, who come up to the plate right now with number 5, Jake Eater, the center fielder. Jake coming to us out of Monterey Peninsula College, MPC I call it, because I like the shorthand. And he'll start us off, and we'll get the Potters' defensive alignment after Jake has either reached base or been retired, or whatever happens to Jake. We don't know right now. as we're distracted by the crowd still coming in. They only open the gates at 6 o'clock today for a 6:35 game. So it's a late arriving crowd. They're mingling with the choir. Riley, did you catch the name of the choir that did the national anthem? They were phenomenal. The streak continues on national anthems out here this year. It's just fantastic. And the home plate umpire is telling the other team, I don't know what he's telling them, but he's moving them all back in the dugout. So that's the kind of game it's going to be. We got the choir milling around. We got Brock Raggett right out there. Willie Preston, of course, is doing his thing. Riley, the engineer's here. His nickname is Grand Slam Master, which he's working on. I don't know if he likes it, but we're working on it. Thank you. That's okay. I'm just broadcasting. Just hand me anything you want to. Willie, here's a microphone some girl just gave me. First pitch at 6:39 is a call strike. I was testing you, Riley. I was testing you. Alkire delivers it. Bounced up the middle. Cut over at shortstop is Brett Griffiths over to first. Nice play by the Jesuit High product for the first out here in the inning, and that'll give us a chance, Riley, if you want to show the defensive alignment for our Lincoln Potters. Brett at shortstop, Jason Hansen at third, Tristan Russell at second base, Ty McGraw at first, Ryan Villanueva behind the plate. Left field, Ethan Liao. Center field is Brian Williams Jr. and Jake Lavin back in the lineup. He is in right field. And Ethan Liao and Brian Williams Jr. have entertained us the first couple of weeks with some great catches in the outfield, as Alkire delivers a fastball inside to Bubba Martinez, the right fielder. Alkire right at 90 miles an hour out of Folsom, California. Good play by Griffiths to open it up, and that one is delivered high, 2-0. Very pleasant night for a ball game out here. Bill just getting it going down there at Fat Cat. You had anything to eat yet, Riley? Because I worry about you. Your blood sugar gets low. You need 6 pieces of pizza to even get your motor started. Popped up by Martinez. You're the only guy I know. Give me a picker-upper, and you give him 2 pieces of pepperoni pizza, and the guy's ready to go for anything. He's ready. Whether it's playing Dungeons and Dragons with his buddies or whatever it is. He's got his game crew. Martinez pops it up. Giving chase over here is McGraw, but that will be... I think I've asked you before, Rod, what's your game of choice when you guys are getting together on your headsets?
Like I said, I don't have one.
He doesn't have one. You just give me something, Riley. Broadcast is dying right now. We just started.
This game called
Sea of Eve? Sea of Thieves. Okay, that's good. I like that. Even Luke Statwalker says that's a pretty good one. Just got to come up with that like this, though. That's what you got to do. Breaking ball, that is call strike 3. And Martinez is down on strikes. 2 outs here in the inning. And Lakin Anderson will be the hitter. So you come up. Sea of Thieves got the thumbs up from Luke. So you know it's a good game. It's a great answer. Here's Lakin Anderson out of Menlo College. Right-handed hitter, the DH tonight for the Pleasanton Jaxx, who come out of Surprise, Pleasanton. It's hit over into the hole between first and second, backhanded by McGraw. Drops it, picks it up, not in time. And an error on the first baseman, Ty McGraw, puts the first run of the game over at first base in the presence of Lakin Anderson, and that'll bring up Jonathan Shepard, who's the left fielder for the Jaxx. Shepard out of Chabot College. Wearing number 3. Very nice looking. We got blue on blue, but it's not the same. It's a powder blue against a Montreal Expo blue. And there goes the runner. Pitches a strike. Villanueva guns it to second. The tag is applied, and he's safe at second base. Pitch, I believe, was a strike. Let's see. We'll check with that, Riley, because I think it was a strike. Villanueva's throw on time, but just a little bit too late at second base. Carson Gripe, the catcher, to follow Jonathan Shepard as the crowd keeps coming in on the breaking balls outside. Good Tuesday night get-together out here at McBean Stadium. Of course, it is $2 general admission. I should have mentioned that, Riley. Why did I mention that, Riley? People are at home. They still have time to come down here. $2 general admission and $4 off of Loomis Basin. Are you kidding me? I'm going to go out there. I can afford to go to a game and have a couple of beers on what I'm getting paid. Pitch is down low for a ball. Yes, you can take over play-by-play. It took you an hour to come up with Sea of Thieves. I'll tell you something. You and Luke together, That I would listen to. I don't think either of you say more than 3 words the entire day. Hit sharply right at the third baseman. That's Jason Hansen, and he makes the catch. So an error doesn't hurt the Potters. We'll go to the bottom of inning number 1. Jaxx nothing. Potters coming to bat.
If you're in need of a seasoned DUI attorney, contact the law office of Samuel D. Burns Incorporated. We are familiar with the laws surrounding your case, and we will work diligently to minimize the negative impact following a DUI charge. With a proven track record, Sam Burns works on your behalf to provide a positive outcome. He's been able to save his clients' driver's licenses and negotiate more favorable terms. Visit our website.
So many local businesses trust Jaxx Technology Group when it comes to their office technology. Jaxx is a full-service, locally owned company with exceptional service, supplies, and support, which guarantees quick delivery and response times. Copiers, printers, scanners, business phone systems, EV charging, document management, and more. Join the ever-growing list of local businesses and win with Jaxx, the largest independent provider in the Valley. Jaxx, office technology made easy.
Lincoln provides all the charm of a small town, yet still provides access to excellent local medical care. At Lincoln Urgent Care, you can find expert services and a compassionate staff available 7 days a week. Our friendly front desk staff will welcome you when you come into our brand new facility. Your wait time will be minimal at our walk-in clinic, unlike the emergency room. From broken bones and lacerations to allergies, flu shots, and illnesses, we treat a variety of urgent medical conditions. What sets us apart is not just our central location in Lincoln, but the convenience of our extended hours, including weekends. We've become Lincoln's first choice for urgent care because we treat patients of all ages for a variety of conditions and take most insurances. We're proud to be an approved provider for veterans and welcome in our military patients.
From our family to yours, we're here when you need us.
Bottom of inning number 1. Sorry I was late. I was listening to Carson. That's really a problem. You don't want to do that. Jack 2's on the mound for the Pleasanton Jaxx. He delivers inside to our first hitter, Jake Lavin. Riley, do you got some lineup for me? Lavin, Brian Williams Jr., Ty McGraw, Tristan Russell in the cleanup spot. 23 runs batted in. Jason Hansen, Trip Garish, DH today. Liao Villanueva and Brett Griffiths is in the 9 spot as Jake fouls one down the left field line. Jake out in right field today, hitting at .418 with 5 runs batted in and 10 runs scored. And he's leading us off here against the right-hander Jack 2's out of Del Oro High School. Grounder right back up the middle into center field. Jake Lavin has himself another base hit. And the Potters have their first runner on the board here in the bottom of inning number 1. This ought to be good. I got a message from Stones McCoy. It says, hey, why don't you ask Riley about his video games more? Okay, I guess I will. What the heck was that? I don't know that I can ask him about his video games before he gets his pepperoni pizza, though, because he just doesn't have the energy. Swing and a miss from Brian Williams Jr., who has been very impressive. .436 on the season. 3 RBI, 18 runs scored, 15 stolen bases. For the youngster out of Midwest City, Oklahoma, and Dallas Baptist University. He takes strike 2. So 0-2. Oh. Popped up. Foul ball going to over is on the first baseman, and he can't get there. Oh, because the guy had to spill his beer over there. Wait, that's Jim Russell. That's a guy on my trivia team on Tuesday nights. That means he's not at trivia. That guy knows everything. Our team's going to lose. Oh, man. Russell, and he never spills beer. He must have been rattled. Oh, man. These things happen on Tuesday nights. Williams check swing, and it's a ball. Williams followed by Ty McGraw, the first baseman. It's a 2-ball and 2-strike count. Thanks to the umpire for he knew I was in trouble. He bails me out. Williams takes high and inside, 3-2. Wheatland Little League selling the 50-50 tonight. All decked out in their Wheatland. I got to be all-star jerseys. Those are pretty sharp-looking jerseys, too. This guy's got himself an old-fashioned, like, apron or something like he's, I don't know what the heck he's doing. But he looks very, very professional. Ball 4, Williams works the walk on pitches that did not miss by much to Brian Williams Jr., but he goes down to first base, first and second. Nobody out, and here is Ty McGraw out of Gardendale, Alabama, as we learn, home of the drummer for the Zac Brown Band. Chris Fryer, I believe is his name. So, I mean, come on. That's pretty good. Also, Trey Mullinax, who's a PGA Tour professional. I don't know if he's in the Open this week, though. Brian Williams is thinking about stealing second, even though there's somebody already there. That is a base stealer. Can they share the base? No, you can't, but that's not a bad idea for future rules. Can two players share a base? That's like something you'd look up on Wikipedia and they have little questions. Could two players share a base? McGraw hits it right back up the middle. That's a center field, a base hit. Let's see if Lavin tries to score. He's around third. He runs into the third baseman, so he will score as the obstruction is called by the umpire immediately. And Lavin scores. The RBI goes to Ty McGraw. Moving to second is Brian Williams Jr. It was a decent throw out there by Yeater in center field, but third baseman Peterson was right in the way of Lavin, and so he scores. Second hit of the inning, first run for the Potters, and now Brian Williams is at second. And Tristan Russell is going to come up batting left-handed. Oh, man, Spencer for hire delivers again. Look at this. Spencer is going to go down in the rankings if he doesn't do the right thing right now. No, he's going down in the rank. There he goes. He just saved it. Spencer just saved it. Runner's going. The throw's going to go to second base. Not in time off the glove. Brian Williams Jr. is going to motor in home. So the double steal with the air on the back end. Williams gets credit for the stolen base, as does McGraw. And scores on as the ball gets through to center field. And the Potters have scored twice here in the first. And going over to third is Ty McGraw. So Spencer for hire delivers pizza not only to Willie, but also to Riley and gives him two pieces because he knows that's what he needed. We're giving Luke some credit too. Oh, man, he took care of everybody. What am I going to do? I've got to do it.
He's going to get his own now. He got everybody else's first, and now he's going to get his. Thinking of others.
Willie, do you see what happened? Do you see what happened?
I see it.
I didn't think it would happen all season long. Russell takes high and outside. Tristan, 426 with 2 home runs, 23 RBI, and 11 runs scored. I think maybe Spencer for hire's name's changing to the Pizza Man. Down to first base. Nice play over there by On, and having to stay at third is Ty McGraw. Excellent play by Andrew On at first base to retire Russell for the first out here in the first, and that'll bring up Jason Hansen. Jason up at 217 now. He was 2 for 4 and scored 3 times, drove one in the win on Sunday. He's up here with a runner at third and 1 out here. Potters have scored twice. That one is outside. Carson Kripe behind the plate. On at first base. Valentine at second. Bodie at short. Peterson at third. Shepard, Eater, and Martinez in the outfield for the Pleasanton Jaxx out of the BACL. That's fouled off by Hansen, home of the California Red Tails, the Chico Lone Wolves, the Marysville Giants, and I think the Novato Knicks as well. So we played a lot of BACL teams so far. We have the Lone Wolves coming in next Tuesday, but this weekend it's the Peloteros providing the opposition. Fastball is inside at 90 miles an hour from Jack Twos. Trip Garish is the DH tonight. He is on deck out of Belmont, California. Trying the breaking ball. It's inside. That, I believe, runs us to 3 balls and 1 strike. I can't. Riley usually uses runs the scoreboard for me, but he has one hand, he has a piece of pizza. The other hand, he has a piece of pizza. So he's pretty much occupied, people. I can't, not much I can do. Line drive, left center field. Down for a base hit, and Hansen has himself another RBI. And he's 3 of his last 5. Coming in is Ty McGraw. That is Jason's 4th RBI of the season. The Potters have scored 3 times on 3 hits and a throwing error, and that brings up Trip Garish. Trip out of Belmont Academy out of Belmont, California, maybe the Belmont Academy, and the United States Air Force, which is, pretty respectable. He's hitting at .333 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. Not a bunch of at-bats for Tripp so far. Just joined the team a couple of days ago. But he's up here against twos with 1 out and 1 on in the bottom of the first, and the Potters have already scored 3 times in front of a very nice crowd out here on $2 general admission night and $4 off Loomis Basin. I think it's a Brews Day. They call it Loomis Basin Brews Day. LBB. Remember that, Riley? Brews Day. That's fouled off because it's Tuesday, and usually you do 2 for Tuesday. Now, they tried to do 2 for Brew for Tuesday, but it was voted down in committee, and so they just went with Brews Day. Probably a good choice. So 1 piece of pizza down for Riley. I just want his dad to know that he's eating. Garish takes outside. 1-1 on Tripp. He's followed in the lineup by Ethan Liao, the left fielder, out of Dublin, California. Yes, it's true. Riley is going to recap Sea of Thieves for us at some point. I'm looking forward to this, Riley. It's a Tuesday feature. Line drive, right field. That's a base hit. Rounding second and heading for third is Hansen. The ball is cut off, and everybody is safe. The throw came in from Martinez, cut off by Bodie at shortstop. Hansen never thought about stopping at second base. The Potters have 4 hits in the first inning. Garish with a solid single, and now Ethan Liao, who's had a really good beginning of the season as well, out of Gardner-Webb University, .333 with 5 RBI and 9 runs scored, and also a couple of highlight plays in the outfield, both in center and in right. Tonight, of course, he's in left, so he has to do a highlight play in left as well. Takes a fastball, and it's a little bit too high. 1-0. 2's up there at 88, between 88 and 90 miles an hour. Ryan Villanueva, the catcher, number 8 hitter tonight, is on deck. Still just 1 out for the Potters. Off-speed pitch catches the outside corner, evens it up at 1-1. Got to check in on my guy Jim Russell, make sure he's okay. Oh, he's already texting, probably texting any answers to the trivia contest. They probably trick. You're not supposed to do that, and we would never do that. We're a very ethical club. Liao takes a strike. Well, he's probably texting the family, telling them about his near brush with death, that foul ball that knocked beer out of his cup. I think I'm going to try to get Stones to go down and interview him for one of his Sundays in the Park with Stones. Breaking balls popped up, but he'd have to do it on a different day because I think Jim is a Tuesday, Friday, Saturday guy. He's got a life and everything, Season ticket holder, though. The guy who last year, Riley, remember when it was so hot, we looked down, there's a guy with a mister down there? It was him. He brought the mister. Made a lot of friends. He was Mr. Mister, we called him. That's fouled off. I think he might have hit the catcher's glove. That might be catcher's interference. Yeah, he'll go down to first base. Moving over to second is Garish. I believe that scored an error on the catcher, but I'm just going to call it a CI. He swung the bat and hit the catcher was reaching forward to catch the ball, and he swung the bat and hit the back of the catcher's glove. And you can't really do that as a catcher. Sometimes the tendency is just to reach out there and get it, and you can't do that. Thankfully, nobody got hurt. But the bases are loaded now, and Ryan Villanueva is the hitter. And dangerous, Riley, I don't like to even bring this up, but Ryan, as you know, was a player of the game earlier in the season. But you know the mantra. The bases are loaded. Yeah. Takes that one outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Ryan out of Brea, California, and Fullerton College. Just get started here on a beautiful night at McBean Stadium. $2 off general admission. Still time to come down. It's only the bottom of the first. Villanueva lifts it out to right field. Going back is Martinez. Now he'll come in on it. Should be far enough to get a sacrifice fly. Martinez with the throw. It is coming all the way through, and he's safe. Might have had a good time cutting that off and getting the runner going to second base. But it's a sacrifice fly. Jason Hansen scores. Villanueva gets his 8th RBI. Moving over to third is Garish, and moving to second is Ethan Liao. 4 runs in for the Potters, and here is Brett Griffiths, the number 9 batter. So that would make him the 9th batter in the inning, Riley. Good job on the math on that one. Brett out of Jesuit High, American River College, and Ball State University, and he swings and misses at the fastball from 2 at 90 miles an hour high on the inside corner. That one's fouled off, so quickly 0-2 on Brett. Piper the Peacock just hanging out down the first base line. He's kind of getting into it. It's a Tuesday after Sunday, you know, he's kind of getting into it a little bit. He needs maybe some pepperoni pizza. Oh, there's none left. Hit high up in the air to left center field. Coming on is Yeater. He is in position, and he will make the catch. So the Potters score 4 times in the first. We go to the second. They're on top 4-0. Top of inning number 2. Riley's had his pizza. Spencer for Hire is number 1 in the intern rankings. All kinds of things happen here on a Tuesday night. Carson Kripe, Andrew Ahn, and Rogan Bodie, the first 3 hitters for the Pleasant Jaxx. I believe this is probably their first game of the season since my roster didn't have any numbers on it when I got it. So good for them. Get it started. Shake the cobwebs out and get on into conference play as Kripe swings and misses. Carson from Cal State East Bay. That's hit sharply in the hole in the right field, a base hit. So Carson Kripe delivers a single. Second base runner, first hit for the Pleasant Jaxx. Then I'll bring up Andrew On. And the roster I've got that's got no numbers, but it's got phone numbers. So if anybody makes me mad, I can always just, no, I would never do that. But it's curious information. Leads me to believe this isn't really a roster as much as just a contact list. But that's okay. Here's Andrew On out of Pomona Pitzer, which is a college. And he swings and misses. Andrew at first base already made one good defensive play here tonight to take a hit away from Tristan Russell. 0-1 on Andrew. He's followed by Rogan Bodie, who I believe is the Dueling Dogs player. I believe it. There's a chopper out to second base. Played over to short by Russell. He throws it away. Backed up at third base by Hansen. Fortunately for the Potters. So the Potters commit their second error. And it leads to 2 on and nobody out for the Jaxx. Trying to pull the double play off before you had it. And here's Rogan Bodie, who I think is the Dueling Dogs batter. Because when we got the roster, he was the only one that didn't have a first name listed. So he said, whoever he is, he's got to be the Dueling Dogs batter. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, what happened. Alcar delivers high and inside with the fastball at 91 miles an hour. Half off Dueling Dogs if he delivers the strikeout. Already $4 off Loomis Basin tonight and $2 general admission. So hardly a better night to get out on a Tuesday. You had a tough day at the office. Breaking ball swung and a miss. You're just hearing about it. Wait a minute. You're telling me I can go down there, $2 general admission and $4 off Loomis Basin Brewery? It's a Brews Day? Yes, it is a Brews Day. So come out here and come up and say hello to Riley, because he loves it when people talk to him. He's getting to anyway. Fastball's down low. We will have that segment a little bit later on where we talk with Riley about it's going to be not just video games. It's more encompassing. It's what Riley does when he's not here. It's Relaxing with Riley, and it'll be a regular Tuesday feature. Fastball in there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 strike away from the first out of the inning and half off Dueling Dogs. So you go half off Dueling Dogs, pick up a Loomis Basin on your way back, and you're set for a couple innings. Breaking ball's lined into right field, a base hit. 1 hop out there for Jake Lavin. He uncorks the throw that's cut off at first base by Ty McGraw, but Bodie comes through with a 2-strike base hit. And all of a sudden, 2 hits and an error later, it's a bases-loaded situation for the Pleasanton Jaxx. And Luca Peterson will be the hitter. Second hit of the game for Pleasanton. Luca Peterson out of Folsom Lake College, right over there. Well, not. It's that way somewhere. Fastball is a strike. 91 from Alcar. I mean, generally it's over there, isn't it, Willie? Luca, Folsom Lake College over there. That's over. Okay, that way. So it's more east. It's southeast of here, okay? Oh, 1 pitch is in there. Call strike 2. 0-2. Gripe at third, on at second, and Bodie over at first. No balls and 2 strikes on Luca Peterson. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. So, Willie, 1 off with your Dueling Dogs batter there on that one. 1 out, and Brent Valentine is the hitter. Brent out of Chapman University. Up here to do some damage for the Jaxx, who have the bases loaded with no outs, now 1. And Valentine, number 9 hitter, Jake Yeater, and the top of the order on deck. That's a chopper over the mound. Griffins times it, steps on second over to first. That's the double play, and the Potters are out of the inning. So good job by the Potters. A little, shaky fielding at first, but pulled that one off. Brett Griffiths at shortstop. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. Potters on top, 4-0.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
being a laborer means everything. It was what took care of me when I was growing up. It's what takes care of me now. Because of President Biden and the money he's put into infrastructure, the need for our workforce to expand is out of this world. When our members are able to go to work on these big projects that are funded by Biden's economic investments, it means continued growth in their wages, in their pensions, in their health benefits. It means they're going to be able to take care of their families.
Jack 2's back on the mound for the Pleasant Jaxx in the bottom of the second inning. He will face the top of the order once again. Jake Lavin, Brian Williams Jr., and Ty McGraw. Potter scoring 4 times in the first inning on 4 hits and an error. And Lavin led it off with a base hit. Jake coming in at .419 on the season. He has driven in 5. He has scored 10. He's playing right field, which is at least his 4th position. Might be his 5th of the season so far. Off-speed pitch catches the inside corner from Tews. 0-1. Great crowd out here on a Tuesday night, taking advantage of what Riley was hyping up. $2 general admission and $4 off Loomis Basin. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on that one, 0-2. Not half off Dueling Dogs, though, because the Dueling Dogs batter didn't strike out. So you can't have everything. I mean, you're a little spoiled already, aren't you? 0-2 to Jake. Off the end of the bat, and that one goes foul toward the on-deck circle. That had the spin on it like it might have come back in play. But it didn't. So false alarm on that one. Still 0-2 on Jake out of Laguna Beach, California, and UC Berkeley. Fouls it back, stays alive. 5'11", 195 pounds, and they've got this is like the 5th different roster I've got updated every week, Riley, but it still says Jake is 29 years old, which makes him a little on the old side for this league. Swings and misses. Tews gets the strikeout. That's his first. And it'll bring up Brian Williams Jr., who worked a walk his first time up, fell down 1-2, and then worked it all the way, and a couple of close pitches went his way, and he went down to first base later, scored his 19th run of the season. He also has 15 stolen bases. He picked up 1 in the first inning. Out of Midwest City, Oklahoma, and Dallas Baptist University. Chopper down to third base. Short hopped over there by Peterson across the diamond, and he got him by just a little bit at first base. So quickly 2 outs for Jack Tews in the second inning. And Ty McGraw, who singled in a run his first time up, right back up the middle. On a play that Lavin rounded third and ran into the third baseman Peterson, was awarded home on the obstruction situation. And here's McGraw, who picked up RBI number 11. He goes along with run scored number 13. So he picked up 1 in both categories in the first inning. Takes it inside low for a ball. The Wheatland High Little Leaguers, who raced Piper in the second inning race, coming up and sitting in the best seat in the house. But I don't know, Piper, losing streak's gone a long way. I think the last time he won a race was his birthday or something. I don't think this year he even won on his birthday. Yeah, it's coming up around. It's always a huge event out here because all the big mascots show up for it. Willie Warrior from over at Jessup, of course. The Raging Rhino sends their guy. Off-speed pitch, nice-looking pitch right there, strike call. 2 balls and 1 strike on Ty McGraw. Also coming up next week, or this weekend, is it Saturday, Willie, Superhero Night? Fantastic. Wiley and I are making up our lists on which superheroes we think are going to be here. I'm going with Spider-Man, Wonder Woman, Captain America, and somebody else, but I forgot. Riley has Superman, right? Iron Man, that's right. You had Iron Man. You also took Spider-Man as well. We kind of shared Spider-Man because he's a given. I didn't think Green Lantern was going to be in. I don't know why you said Green Lantern. I don't know what that was. Maybe the Flash, but Green Lantern? Come on. Well, Craven the Hunter. Is that the one you said? McGraw squibs it out toward left field. Giving chase over there is Shepard. Diving try and a foul ball by Jonathan Shepard. Almost made a tremendous catch in left field on a ball that carried a little bit further than I thought it would. Inside out swing from the left-hand hitting McGraw. Slices it down the line, and Shepard almost with a tremendous catch, and that's a tough Sunfield right now too. So the left fielder with a heck of a try out of Chabot College, but it's all for naught as McGraw will get another chance with a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Tristan Russell, the cleanup man, on deck. Two's working from the stretch with nobody on. 2 outs here in the inning. McGraw slices it out into left field. That's a base hit. So McGraw is 2 for 2, just out of the reach of the shortstop Bodie. And Ty, with his second hit, came in at 389. 5th hit for the Podners, and Tristan Russell, who was robbed of a hit by first baseman Andrew on his first time up, will come up. 426 for Tristan, and I know I've called him Trenton a couple of times. I apologize to everybody back in Cypress, Texas, home of Darren Fox, his high school career anyway. Anyway, Russell, 2 home runs, 23 batted in, and 11 runs scored. Is 0 for 1 tonight. He's got McGraw at first base. Tristan, a very rare 2-time Raising Cane's player of the game already. The first time was because he had a 3-run home run in one of the earliest, I think the second game of the season, and drove in a bunch of runs. The second one because he had a grand slam. And as Riley, the engineer, says, you can't ignore a grand slam. Takes that one up high for a ball. Short lead by McGraw at first base. And Russell takes in there for a strike. One ball, 1 strike. Russell chops it foul down the first base line, so he'll try to get it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jason Hansen, the on-deck hitter, retrieving it. Potters with 4 in the first. They were first 2 batters here in the inning down, and then the single by McGraw to left field to give Russell a chance to come up with a runner on base. Swings. He fouls at the plate and it was dropped by Kripe. Popped out of his glove. He didn't drop it. He just popped out. It was a foul ball. Not that easy. All right. Get off his case a little bit. Potter's off tomorrow. And then a 3-game series with the Peloteros starting on Thursday. That is a 6:35 first pitch, 7:05 on Friday. And I think Saturday's that's fouled off. Saturday's a fireworks day. So it's 6:05 first pitch. So get to LincolnPotters.com, get your information, and get your tickets. And come on out and check out the Peloteros, the brainchild of Potters manager Eli Garcia and brother Isaiah. Probably Dad Ray, too. But they were very competitive last year. We had some pretty good games with them. So looking forward to that 3-game set. And I believe, and this is not confirmed by anyone, but Stones McCoy may be a coach on the Peloteros. That is fouled at the plate. What's my source? Well, Stones McCoy, who says he's a coach on every team. So until you have to come out, I guess, or else if he is a real coach, then Riley will put a camera on him. But you come out here, see it for yourself. I'm sure he'll be signing autographs after the game. So an interesting week with Superheroes Night on Saturday night. As Tristan fouled that one off the old, I'm going to say the foot, and he's walking that one around. He'll come back into the box. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. I like your fluffy clouds you got there in the picture, Riley, that you colored in yourself. That's beautiful. It's CGI. Check swing. It is outside for a ball. It's a green screen. Not even a field there. It's all motion capture. Got to check on my guy, Jim Russell, make sure he's okay after that ball almost hit him earlier. Russell takes inside. Calls strike 3. So down on strikes, 2 strikeouts in an inning for Jack Twos. We go to the 3rd inning. Potters on top 4-0.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
I was really enjoying that music, Ron. A great job. Top of the 3rd inning, Potters 4, Jaxx nothing. Pleasant sends up the top of their order Jake Eater, then Bubba Martinez and Lincoln Anderson against John Alkire. Eater grounded out to shortstop his first time up out of Monterey Peninsula College, and from the left side playing center field. Jaxx had the bases loaded with nobody out in the top of the 2nd inning, but a strikeout and a double play pulled John Alkire out of the trouble. John now with 2 strikeouts. He's given up 2 hits. Potters have made 2 errors behind him. That's in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jordan Georgeson, the famous former Potters intern and now award-winning journalist, is in the building tonight. There's a strike. Brought the big camera out. So what are you doing here? I got to do a story. Okay, I'm right here, you know. That is strike 3 call. So Yeater's out on strikes to open up the 3rd inning, and it'll bring up Bubba Martinez, who struck out back in the 1st inning. We had Brock McReynolds was warming up in the bullpen for the Pleasanton Jaxx. And here's Bubba Martinez. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Martinez, also from Monterey Peninsula College. Fastball misses high. One and one on Bubba Martinez. Alkire from Folsom, California delivers strike 1 and 2. Two and two on Bubba. Brock McReynolds out of Newcastle, California, which is very close. Swinging a foul ball out of the catcher's glove, so he'll have another chance. Went to Del Oro High School. He is, as we said, loosening up, or one of the guys loosening up in the pen. John Alkire. Check swing. Did he go? We're going to ask. We're not going to. Yes, we are. And he gets the thumb. The first base umpire just waiting for his chance to shine, and he gives him the thumb. Strike 3. 2 strikeouts in a row for Alkire here in the inning, and that'll bring up Lakin Anderson, who reached on an error back in the first inning. He hit a ground ball down to first base, and Jake Lavin dropped it, tried to pick it up, dropped it again, tried to pick it up. I've had that so many times happen to me. But I wasn't playing first base at the time. That's inside. Fastball for a strike. Alkire at 91 again. John at 6'2" and 180 pounds. Looks a little taller than that. And he's delivering it at about 91 tonight. There's a breaking pitch in for a strike. That was a beautiful pitch. And a beautiful 1-2 combination puts him ahead 0-2 on Lakin Anderson, who comes to us from Menlo College. Big right-handed hitter. 0-2 pitch, swung and a miss. It's a strikeout inning for John Alkire. We go to the bottom of inning number 3. Potters on top 4-0.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street. Only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team that helps us keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Bottom of inning number 3 from McBean Stadium. Mark the Phantom Low along with Riley the engineer. Relaxing with Riley coming up in the middle of the 4th inning. Luke Statwalker over there. Is Carson over there? He doesn't say much today. There he is. Jordan Georgeson running out to get himself some pizza. That's good to see. Willie Preston, of course, on the job. And Jason Hansen at the plate. And the new pitcher is Brock McReynolds out of Del Oro High School. The right-hander will face Hansen, then Garish and Ethan Liao for the Potters, who lead it 4-0. Fastball is a little bit too high at 91 from McReynolds. Out of Del Oro High School, just like Jason Tews. Misses the fastball. Hansen singled in a run his first time up, scored as well, so it gives him 4 runs batted in, 7 runs scored on the season. Fastball is in there for a strike. Good pitch right there from McReynolds. He's in the count at 2-1. There's a strike on the inside corner. Hanson will have to come back. Count is full. I believe the umpire gave us the full count situation, Riley, so we'll go with that. That's outside. Hanson will take a base on balls. First walk given up by the Jaxx pitchers, and will bring up Trip Garish, who singled sharply into right field his first time up. Left-handed hitter out of Belmont, batting .333 coming in. He'll face off against Brock McReynolds. Ethan Liao on deck for the Potters as I look out to left field where they move the bounce houses and stuff that used to be right behind the third base dugout. Now they're all the way down the left field line. Nice fastball for a strike, which opens up that food court right in there for Sabores de Mexico and Fat Cat and the Potter's own stand and all kinds of other, I think a beer stand as well up there. There's a lot of stuff going on. You can find a lot of good stuff right down the third base line here at McBean Stadium. Or you can go down the first base line and go to McBean, go to the Brick and Barrel backyard, which is, that's a tradition. I mean, that's been with us since time immemorial. So obviously that you can't go wrong going down there. And then you can swerve over if you want to pick up a dog or maybe a burrito bowl like Riley does when he's not eating pizza. Or maybe at the same time he's eating pizza. We'll find out more about him in a little while. Fastball high and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike on Trip Garish. Potters with 4 in the first. 2's finished his 2 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs. He struck out 2. McReynolds to the plate, high again. And Garish is ahead in the count now, 3 balls and 1 strike. Jordan Jortson is taking pictures. He's right behind home plate. Crazy. 3-1 pitch, ball 4. So a couple base on balls right away here with McReynolds on the mound. 2 on and nobody out. And Ethan Liao, who reached on catcher's interference his first time up, will be the batter. Ethan at .333 attends Gardner-Webb University out of Dublin, California. Driven in 5, scored 9. Stranded at second back in the first inning when the Potters scored 4 times. That's line foul. I think the most Major League Baseball player jerseys we get is Mookie Betts. We have had 50s of all shapes and sizes here this year, all age groups. Mookie appeals to a wide demographic. I think we should see some Denzel Clarks after what that guy's been doing lately. But it'll take time. Liao hits it to second on a hop, flip over to short for 1, over to first base, and he beat it out. Good job by Liao as Valentine backhanded it to Bodie, and the throw just a little late. Moving to third is Hanson. It's a fielder's choice for Ethan. He's at first base now with 1 out. And Ryan Villanueva, who had a sacrifice fly his first time up. A past player of the game from Brea, California. Picked up his 8th run bat in of the season back in the first inning on a fly ball to right field. He's got another chance here. Takes the fastball a little bit too high. 87 from McReynolds. And it's a 1-ball, no strike count. Potters off tomorrow. Start that 3-game series with Peloteros on Thursday, 6:35 first pitch right here. I believe it's what's called a Thirsty Thursday, if you were wondering, Riley. Be tough to beat today, though. Today's a Brews Day. $2 general admission. It's still only the 3rd inning. $2 general admission. If you're sitting over at Old Town, watching this on your phone or something, come on by. Just sitting at home, chilling, watching Hulu. There's a throwback to first base. I don't know why I said Hulu. Or Apple. Apple's got some buzzworthy shows on it. What's your favorite streaming service, Riley? You don't ever watch TV. He doesn't have a TV. He doesn't have a house. He doesn't live anywhere. Okay. So that's probably a dead end there. But we'll find out what you do pretty soon. Runner goes, and it's ball 4. So Brett Griffiths is going to come up with the bases loaded. Liao moves to second base. Hanson is still firmly anchored on a third. And here is Brett as the catcher. Carson Kripe goes out to talk to Brock McReynolds. Settle his right-hander down a little bit as Brett comes in there. He flied to center field. Left center field his first time up. It was the center fielder that caught it. That's why we call it fly to center field, no matter where it is on the field. If the center fielder catches it, you fly to center field. If it's at the fence, if it's right behind second base, you fly to center field. So here's Griffiths. Ball State University. Swings and misses to the high fastball. That one came in at 89 from the right-hander McReynolds. 1 out here in the third. Potters with the 4-0 lead, trying to make it more. Fouls that one back to the screen, so it's quickly 0-2. On 2 pitches up in the strike zone to Brett Griffiths. So we've had Dodger jerseys. Here comes a Yankees hat up to. Where's the local loyalty around here? That's what I'm asking. Now, Potters gear I can, of course, excuse. I mean, come on. Potters have a great collection of swag. Griffiths hits a sharp grounder back to the pitcher. He's going to go to second for 1, then to first. Got the double play. Excellent play by the Jaxx to get out of the inning. No runs for the Potters. We go to the 4th. They lead it 4-0.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
Situated on the corner of Lincoln Boulevard and 5th Street, this iconic building has been the home to several hotels over the decades, the most famous and longest running of which was the Lincoln Inn. Having undergone several renovations and architectural changes, this building is the current home of Old Town Pizza, which boasts not 1 but 2 floors for your dining enjoyment, including open-air seating on the roof. Stop in for a slice today. Or stop by the Lincoln Museum to see the 300-pound cash register that used to adorn the front desk of the Lincoln Inn. For more great history, visit the Lincoln Area Archives Museum and, by appointment only, take their free walking tour of historic downtown Lincoln.
Top of inning number 4, it is John Alkire back on the mound for the Potters. 3 innings, 2 hits. He has struck out 4, and Jonathan Shepard is our first hitter. Left fielder lined to third his first time up, and he takes a breaking ball, but he takes it down low. He's ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Shepard from Chabot College. And if you like him, if you're watching the game and you're a scout for somewhere and you like him, just give me a call. I've got his contact number. There's a high fly ball hit well to left center field. Williams is on the run, going back at the fence and caught by the left fielder, Ethan Liao. So Shepard got almost all of that, but just got it a little bit too high. And the first out recorded here in the inning. I was going to say, if you like Shepard, you can give me a call. I got his contact now. I was going to get some calls there for a second. Here's Carson Kripe, the catcher. Left-hander at a single his first time up, right to the hole between first and second base. And so he is 1 for 1. Carson from Cal State East Bay. There's a nice breaking ball from the right-hander. Alkire evens it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. We are in the top of inning number 4. The Potters scored 4 times in the bottom of the first, and they've had the bases loaded in the second, third, and haven't scored. Kripe lines one up the middle for a base hit. So he is making a bid for the Raising Cane's player of the game for the other team. If there is one, he's 2 for 2 with 2 solid singles. Third hit for the Pleasant and Jaxx. That'll bring up Andrew On. Hit a ground ball to second base last time, and Russell got it. Threw it to second for the force out, and the ball went into left field. So reaching on an error was Andrew On. And he takes a fastball outside from Alkire, who tends to lose his hat a lot as he throws. He throws himself out from under it at 91 miles an hour. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. He's followed by Rogan Bodie, who's today's Dueling Dogs batter. Although with $4 off Loomis Basin, you know, again, my dream is to have the Dueling Dogs batter strike out, and you can go down and get half off on 2 beers and bring them both back. Fastball misses outside to On. Potters looking to go 11-1 on the season. Conference play, Pacific Empire League play begins next, I believe it's next Wednesday. They're on the road. Swing and a miss. Strikes me that I should probably know that. Would have been professional. Yeah, Wednesday the 18th at the Mudcats, and then the 20th, 21st, and 22nd, we're home to the Humboldt Crabs. That's a great series. Come on out for that one. Down the third baseline, backhanded by Hansen to second for 1, to first. Not in time, pulls him off the bag. Good play by Hansen at third. Nice turnover there by Russell at second. Just not quite enough time to get on at first base. It is a fielder's choice. And now with 2 outs, Rogan Bodie will be the hitter. And the dogs are barking because Bodie is our Dueling Dogs batter of the game. Bodie last time singled, which is really not really working against us here. He got 2 strikes and everything and got our hopes up. And then he singled. First pitch is just outside on the slider. 1-0. Bodie from Folsom Lake College. I believe they're the Falcons. You think, Riley? Alkire throws the first at about, 97 miles an hour. Back is Andrew On. On is from Pomona Pitzer College. I do not know their mascot. I will endeavor to find out. He's got a pretty good lead. He looks like he's going now. He goes back, and the pitch is low, I suppose. Yes, it is for a ball, 2-0. On was dancing around there. He was feeling it. Goes over to first again, and On is back. Throw over to first base, not in time. Okay, I'm trying to find out their name here. I'll have that in a minute. Don't worry. Oh, actually, I won't have it in a minute. There goes the run, the pitch is high. The throw by Villanueva is on target, and he got him at second base. Came close the first time, got him the second time, and we would go to the bottom of the fourth, but instead we're going to debut a new feature. It's called Relaxing with Riley. I don't know if you have any theme music at all, Riley, for this one. We're just going to, people want to know, what does Riley the engineer do on his free time? He's always at the ballpark. He's always doing baseball stuff. First of all, honestly now, what time usually do you get up in the morning if you don't have anything to do?
2 p.m.
2 p.m. Okay, fine. Now, today's episode of Relaxing with Riley, we're going to build on something we talked about earlier. What video games you guys are playing, you and your crew are playing when you're putting on the headsets, and you named something called what now?
It's called Sea of Thieves, and I think it's funny, actually, that you use the word crew because it's all pirate. So you get on a boat with a crew of your friends, and you go just be a little pirate.
Now, do you guys take a different, like when you're playing like with 5 guys or whatever, do you go, I'll be this guy and I'll be the captain and I'll be that guy?
Sort
of. Is that how it works?
Sort of. We kind of interchange what everybody does. It's not all like set in stone, but because it gets kind of chaotic sometimes.
Now, is this an action Grand Theft Auto kind of game, or is it kind of more low key? What's the point of Sea of Pirates or whatever the hell it's called?
So the whole point, honestly, I think, is just to mess around with other pirate crews. I don't know. Technically, the point is to get a bunch of gold and go buy cosmetics with it, but I don't do that because I don't really care about it.
You want to go buy cosmetics with your gold. Now, is that a joke or something?
No, that's kind of all of the progression in the game. It's not very
hard, buddies. Let's go buy some mascara or something.
Kind of.
Maybe some concealer. I mean, what are we doing here?
Well,
what do you do? Okay, so you're the captain. What do you do?
So I will pretty much tell my guys what I need them to do. Like if I need them to get on the camera or on the cannon or something, I'll take.
I'm sorry. What can I do for you? No, I think you take that down to the merchandise, but down below, underneath us, I believe. Yeah. It's right underneath there. Sorry, Riley, about your interview. It's right underneath us. You redeem that there. If you don't, we'll talk later. Okay, it'll be great.
It's the merchandise booth right down there.
Throw away at first base. And Lavin's going to go to second. To Riley, to be continued, my friend. I was just getting involved in buying mascara and concealer with a bunch of pirates, and then I had to try to help the woman who won the giveaway and has to go get her prize. I'm sorry, but the customers, the fans come first before you in your life.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Please take my hint and turn off your microphone. Thank you. Anyway, Lavin reaches on the air. Third air given up by the Jaxx. And Jake is at second base now. And here's Brian Williams Jr. Brock McReynolds still out on the mound for the Pleasanton Jaxx. They do have activity in their bullpen. That's inside, sails all the way past, and Lavin will go over to third on the wild pitch. The Williams with the chance to pick up a run batted in here. So it's Sea of Thieves. It's pirates hanging out with other pirates and getting mascara. Okay, Riley, we'll talk later. I think your dad might want to call in and talk to you. 2-0. Brian out of Midwest City, Oklahoma, Dallas Baptist University. We talked with him earlier in the season when he was player of the game. Really looking forward to getting back there for next season. Eagerly awaiting it as the infield is in, and he takes a half swing, and it's a strike. The Jaxx have brought the infield in. That means Peterson, Bodie, Valentine, and on from third around to first. Carson Kripe is the catcher, Shepard, Yeater, and Martinez in the outfield, and Brock McReynolds is the second pitcher. Jack Tews went the first 2 innings. Gave up 5 hits and 4 runs and struck out 2. 2-1 on Williams. Brian takes high for a ball, 3-1. McReynolds has been victimized by the walk. He walked 2 back in the third, got out of it on a double play that he started, which they ran 1-6-3 and turned out very well for them with the bases loaded. Williams takes ball 4. Couple of walks tonight for Brian and a ground out, and that brings up Ty McGraw, who's 2 for 2. He's got an RBI, he's got a run scored, and he's got a chance for another one. Nobody out here in the 4th. Nice looking Tuesday crowd out here enjoying $2 general admission and $4 off Loomis Basin Brewery. Williams is already going. Now he stops and goes back. I think he thought that was too easy. He said, I could get this easy. I'm going to go back. Like when the Sea of Pirates and the Sea of Thieves, or is it Thieves? When the pirates and the Sea of Thieves go out to steal the mascara from the other pirates. That's what I got from you, Riley. I don't know. Maybe you didn't express yourself well. There goes Williams. The throw is not going to be made, and Brian goes in head first to pick up stolen base number 16 on the season and put runners at second and third, and it's 2-0 on Ty McGraw. Ty out of Gardendale, Alabama, home of Chris Pryor, the drummer for the Zach Brown Band. You're supposed to know this stuff, Riley. It's important stuff. Swing and a miss. Good cut at that one, and that one came right where Ty wanted it. And he was going to hit. I don't know if it's fair or foul, but he was going to hit that one back to Gardendale. I imagine that's fair. Because it'd have to be, that's southeast, so it's got to be like 3,000 miles that way. Or maybe that way. 2-1. Tristan Russell on deck for your Potters. McGraw hits it sharply up in the air on the infield. Shortstop, third baseman, they decide it's the third baseman who makes the catch, and staying with it was Luca Peterson. That was not an easy play. It's not an easy sky here at McBean Stadium this time of the evening, but McGraw is retired for the first time, and with one out now, that brings up Tristan Russell, who's grounded to third and been called out on strikes. And for a guy who's driven in 23 runs in 11 games, I think Mr. Russell's looking to pick up a couple more right here. Out of Cypress, Texas. Takes inside. That's a nice block behind the plate by Carson Kripe. The product of Cal State East Bay, looking good tonight with 2 hits and a couple of nice blocks behind the plate. As the Potters have runners at second and third. At third, it's Lavin. At second, it's Brian Williams. High and inside to Russell as the ball comes flying down from the Potters bullpen. Ill-timed, I would say, at best, 2-0. Russell wearing number 11. That fastball's high and outside. Jason Hansen on deck. He has a single and a walk so far in this one. Good to see Jim Russell's being joined by wife Karen down there in their seats right down the first base line. They are the stalwarts of the section. That is in there for a call strike, 3-2. Of course, she's also a key member of our Tuesday night trivia team. I don't know what we got going on over there. Hopefully we're doing a good job. It's almost probably over by now. That one is ball 4. You telling me Nick Bronzini's warming up? Fantastic. The walk to Russell. He goes down to first base. The bases are loaded. And here is Jason Hansen out of Roseville, California. Nick Bronzini is out of San Ramon, California, and the University of Washington. 6'4" right-hander. Make that 6'4" left-hander. I got to read my roster. Hansen lifts one foul behind us, so it's 0-1 on Jason. .217 coming in with 3 RBI. He's picked up a run, batted in. He scored a run. That was back in the first inning. Then he walked in the third. Now he's got the bases loaded with 1 out in the 4th. Outside. Third inning out of 4th, the Potters have had the bases loaded. Worked out well in the first, not so much in the third, and now again here in the 4th. Hansen takes inside. Roseville, California for Jason Hansen, then UC Davis. That's inside. Well, I've been doing a little research, Willie, on the Pomona Pitzer team because they have a couple of guys that they're the Sage Hens. That's a rip to left field. If it stays fair, it's trouble. It is a fair ball. Here comes one run. Here comes two. Williams comes in. Here comes the third as it rolls around out there. It's a base-clearing double for Jason Hansen. 3 runs up on the board, and the Potters now lead at 7-0. Just all over that one, Jason Hansen. Lavin scoring, Williams right behind him, and then, Russell said, I'm enjoying the party. 3-run double for Hansen. He's 2 for 2 with 4 RBI, and we're going to have a meeting at the mound. And I think we're going to get a new pitcher perhaps here for the Pleasanton Jaxx as they call the catcher out. I don't know that they had somebody warming up as of yet, though. So, yeah, the Pomona pitcher Sage Hens, which is so obscure. I think I love it. So Hansen clears the bases. Trip Garrish is the next hitter. Potter scored 3 times. That's the first hit of the inning. And we are not going to have a pitching change because I don't think we had anybody ready for the Jaxx. And here's Trip Garrish coming up to the plate. Hansen's line drive just fair, hit the foul pole, the base of it, and ricocheted along the fence line back out into left center field almost. So Garrish, who has singled and walked, will be our hitter.
Now batting for your Potters, designated hitter from the Air Force Academy, Trip Garrish.
Four RBI, and he was hit by a bit. 4 RBI for Hansen gives him 7 for the season. And Garrish goes down to first base. Third time he's reached base. And coming up is Ethan Liao with the bases loaded once again. 1 out here in the inning, just the McGraw pop out. Lavin reached on an air. Williams walked. The pop out, a walk to Russell, a 3-run double, and a hit by pitch. And here's Liao, who has reached on catcher's interference and on a fielder's choice. 1-0. Six hits for the Potters in this one. That one's high. 2-0. Potters taking tomorrow off. And Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Peloteros come to McBean. High in the air by Liao. Left field, Shepard going back into the corner. And that ball is foul. Ethan put a charge on it. He wasn't on the top of my list of guys I think are going to get a home run this year. I had Ty McGraw and Brian Williams Jr., but Ethan might be leaping himself into contention now with that one. As that one was solidly struck, as we like to say back in the old days. The ball was solidly struck. Young man, well done. Got to keep it fair, though. Chops that one foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. All the interns doing a great job today. Spencer for hire. I might change his name to Uber Eats because he delivers the food like nobody else. He comes in there. He jumps to number 1, and then all of a sudden Lucas is running out, getting all the information for us we need from the dugout and everything. Up the middle, base hit. That'll score 1 for sure. Coming around is Garrish. The throw to the plate is going to be too high. It's a 2-run single for Ethan Liao, and the Potters put 2 more up on the board. Make that 1 more up on the board. Riley, don't get so crazy. Hansen scores. Yeah, just 1. There were a lot of guys running around home plate, but just 1 of them scored. Trip Garrish is at second base now. Over at first base is Liao. I thought the coach was a player. He started running towards home plate. outside. Ryan has hit a sacrifice fly and walked. It's like Shane Saunders loosening up for the Pleasanton Jaxx. Swing and a miss by Villanueva. Swing and a miss again. Shane out of Folsom Lake College, Whitney High School. He is loosening up in the pen for the Jaxx as Villanueva takes down low. It's full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to the Potters catcher. Line drive into left field. Coming on is Shepard. He'll have to play it on a hop. It bounces off his glove, and they're going to send the runner around third. The throw to the plate will be cut off. It's an RBI single for Ryan Villanueva, and the Potters do put up that extra run. It's now 9-0. And that will be a pitching change coming up for the Jaxx as Garish scores. Liao stays at second base. We're going to step away for just a second, bring in this new pitcher and bring his identity to you when we come back after this short break on the Stones Broadcast Networks.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of Five Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5 Star treats us like we're number one. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're Five Star Bank. How can we help you?
Silverado grill, and I buy the bar double round.
New pitcher for the Jaxx is Shane Saunders out of Folsom Lake College by way of Whitney High School. He comes on in relief of McReynolds, who was an inning in the third, 3 hits, 6 walks, no strikeouts, and he has given up 5 runs so far and is responsible for the runners at base. That's Liao at second and Villanueva at first. And here's Brett Griffiths, who's flied to center, hit into a double play, and takes a fastball, and it's a strike on the inside corner at 89 from Saunders. There goes the runners. The pitch is outside, and they'll both get in there with stolen bases. Liao timed that one perfectly and took off. And then Villanueva said, yeah, I might as well go too. And it worked out well and set them up for Brett Griffiths, who has a home run and 3 runs batted in on the season. He's scored a pair. Takes the high fastball. 2-1. Saunders hits 91 miles an hour on the fastball, but misses the strike zone. Misses it. Oh, no, he gets the call right there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the order, Jake Lavin, who started the inning off by reaching on an error and later scored. Brett takes outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Saunders from the stretch with runners at second and third. Griffiths with a check swing fouls it off. He'll get another one here. As Lavin runs it down the on-deck circle. Does a little cricket bat. Knocks it back to the dugout. Kind of a nice move there. It's easy to miss that. You got to wind it up without that big old mallet on the bottom. Not that easy, Riley. Outside, ball 4. Good at bat for Griffiths. He took that slider on ball 4. The Potters have batted around here in the 4th, and Lavin will be up for his second time. He is singled, struck out, and reached on an error. He scored twice. He now has 12 runs scored on the season. Comes in at .418 for the Potters. He's out of Laguna Beach. And he takes a high inside fastball. He's up here with the bases loaded. And everybody knows on the Potters what's at stake when you come up with the bases loaded. You can't ignore a grand slam for the Raising Cane's player of the game. Riley said so. Again, high, though, 2-0. I am powerless against that kind of powerful logic and philosophy. Brian Williams Jr. to follow Jake. 3-0. Again, I think this is the first game for the Jaxx, so you don't know when the last time their pitchers actually were in a game. That one's ball 4. Lavin has a bases loaded walk. He will get an RBI for that. As Liao comes in to score, moves Villanueva to third, Griffiths to second, and now Brian Williams Jr. is the hitter. Brian has walked twice and grounded to third. Came in at .436. He scored 2 runs, gives him 20 on the season. I believe he is the team leader in runs scored. He also is the team leader in stolen bases. Came in with 15. He has 2 in this game. So 17 stolen bases and 20 runs scored for the center fielder out of Midwest City, Oklahoma. That is high for a ball. That is high, and that is outside, so it's 2-0. Williams takes a strike outside corner. 2-1 to Brian. Dallas Baptist University for Brian Williams Jr. Three and one. And that is ball 4. Williams gets a base on balls and an RBI. His 4th of the season. And here is Ty McGraw, who has a couple of singles and a run batted in and a run scored in this one. Bases loaded for the Potters. Still just 1 out here in the inning. And they have scored 7 times. Inside for a ball. Griffiths at third, Lavin at second, Williams at first, all via the base on balls. There's a swing and a foul at the plate by Ty McGraw. out of Troy University. Came in at 389 on the season. Playing first base. Been basically the first baseman almost every game, I think, for the Potters so far. And, of course, a standout at 389. Popped it up. Left field. Moving over at Shepard. He's got it in medium deep left field. The throw's going to come into third. It'll be a sacrifice fly for McGraw, his second RBI of the game. And the Potters put another run up on the board. They've scored 8 here in the inning and lead at 12-0. So McGraw pulls his second RBI of the night, gives him 14 on the season, or excuse me, 12 on the season. And here's Tristan Russell. Grounded to first, a strikeout and a walk for Tristan. He comes in red hot at 426 with 2 homers and 23 RBI. High fastball, 1-0. So Griffith scores. One and 0 on Russell. That one's all the way back to the backstop. It'll move 2 runners up. At third now is Lavin. At second is Brian Williams. Jaxx are stretching out another pitcher down the left field line, but he hasn't started throwing yet. Fastball inside corner, call strike. Potters have 8 hits, but they also have been the recipient of 11 base on balls. Two 2-1 on Russell. Swings and misses at a good fastball, 2-2. Jason Hansen on deck. Already has a 3-run double in the inning. Two and two to Russell. Fouled off down the left field line over by the dugout there for the Jaxx. I think Tristan might have broken the old stick on that one. He'll have to go get another one from the dugout. And they gave him one. He said, I don't know if I like that one. All right, I'll take it. It's going to be bad if you go over to the bench to get another one. They say, sorry, we're all out. We don't have any more. No more bats. Sorry. You have to borrow another one. We're in the bottom of the fourth here from McBean Stadium. It is a bruised day. Hit right back up the middle. Shortstop moves over. That's Bodie. He'll go to first and get him at first. That's a nice play by Bodie at short. But Potters score 8 times in the fourth. It's 12-0. We go to the top of the fifth.
This job is Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the topside included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
If you're in need of a seasoned DUI attorney, contact the law office of Samuel D. Burns, Incorporated. We are familiar with the laws surrounding your case, and we will work diligently to minimize the negative impact following a DUI charge. With a proven track record, Sam Burns works on your behalf to provide a positive outcome. He's been able to save his clients' driver's licenses and negotiate more favorable terms. Visit our website.
Many local businesses trust Wizix Technology Group when it comes to their office technology. Wizix is a full-service, locally owned company with exceptional service, supplies, and support, which guarantees quick delivery and response times. Copiers, printers, scanners, business phone systems, EV charging, document management, and more. Join the ever-growing list of local businesses and win with Wizix, the largest independent provider in the Valley. Wizix, office technology made easy.
Top of inning number 5, Potter's up big, and Nick Bronzini will try to keep him that way as he comes on. The left-hander out of San Ramon, University of Washington, making his debut on the season, 6'4", and he'll face Rogan Bodie, then Luca Peterson and Brent Valentine. Bodie, who was up when the on was thrown out trying to steal, is your dog batter, and he is up here. He singled back in the second inning in his only appearance. John Alkire, 4 innings, 3 hits, no runs, no walks, I don't believe, and he struck out 4, including all 3 in the third inning. So nice outing for John, who now has 8 innings on the season and 4 hits and 1 run allowed. Fastball by Bronzini is in there for a strike. Runs his total 11 strikeouts and 3 walks in 9 innings for John Alkire. So Bodie, Peterson, and Valentine in the top of the 5th. This is the Farmer 5th, so we've got the confluence of the dog batter up. The Farmer's 5th means that the first batter is retired in any way. It's half off Farmer's Brewing Company, and we've already got Loomis Basin's $4 off, so it would be 3 different beers at the same time. Crazy. And he chops it foul, trying to spoil that. I'm not going to say it's the Holy Trinity because that would be blasphemous, but it's crazy. Loomis Basin, Farmers, Dueling Dogs, same time, all half off. You get enough beers, they could end up owing you money, which they should. That's chopped down the first base line. That's a fair ball. McGraw's going to have it. He's going to have to flip to the first base, no covering, and not in time. So McGraw forced back a little bit too far, and it's an infield single for Bodie. He is now 2 for 2. So Dueling Dogs will go thirsty. Now, if he is retired at any time during his trip around the bases, according to Willie's rules, he still is retired. And we got a pinch hitter, number 10.
Pinch hitting, number 10.
I don't have a number 10 on my little roster here, so we're just going to go with number 10 for right now. Oh, it's Colby Pudge. Okay, Colby Pudge is the hitter. He's out of William Jessup University, and he takes a strike. So Colby Pudge comes on for Peterson, who was 0 for 1 while he was in there. And with nobody out and 1 on, that's the 4th hit of the game for the Jaxx, the 2nd for Rogan Bodie. Bronzini delivers low. It's 1-1. Bronzini checking the runner at first base. Throwing the breaking ball, and Pudge takes a cut at it and misses 1 and 2. Brent Valentine, the next scheduled hitter, the second baseman. Bronzini fouled in the catcher's glove. He gets the strikeout. First one for Nick, 5th one for Potter's pitchers here. And here's Brent Valentine, the second baseman. As long as he's wearing number 6, that is. It is Brent Valentine. He's followed by Jake Eater, the leadoff man. Valentine hit into a double play back in the second inning. The Potters got out of a tough situation. There goes the runner. Villanueva from the one knee throws it too late. And stealing second base is Rogan Bodie. Valentine from Chapman University. There's a fastball in there for a strike. Misses with the breaking ball. Just figured out what happened in last inning, or a couple innings ago when we had the mix-up on how many runners were scoring. I guess Jason Hansen on his 3-run double, that was actually called a ground rule double, is when it hit and rolled back out onto the field. So that's why runner was pulled back to third, and he was only given 2 RBI in that. Riley was trying to tell me that, and I didn't listen to him. Swing and a miss. But that's what happened, and Hansen now was only credited with 3 RBI in this game and not 4. Two balls and 2 strikes, or as the scoreboard says, 1 and 3. Either one. Either one works for me. We're getting a new scoreboard one of these days. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Bronzini, and Valentine is out on strike. Second straight strikeout for Nick. And we'll bring up Jake Eater. Here's Eater, who was grounded to shortstop and took a called third strike. He is 0 for 2 out of Monterey Peninsula College. Bodie's still on the bases out at second base, but now 2 outs. He led off with an infield single. And then a strikeout of the pinch hitter Pudge and a strikeout of Valentine. Slider's in there a little bit too high for a ball, 1-0. We will get back to relaxing with Riley at some point. He was in the middle of explaining Sea of Thieves to us. And again, I may be biased. Maybe I'm a little bit narrow in my thinking. But it sounded like a bunch of pirates got together to hang out with other pirates, and then they went and bought mascara and concealer or something, some kind of cosmetics or something like that. That's what it sounded like. I'm sure he means gold, but he said cosmetics. But we'll get to the bottom of this. Maybe middle of the 6th or something like that. Fouled off out of play by Yeater. Because I'm as eager as you are to find out how the heck you play this game. I didn't know that pirates were all that friendly, though. Everybody, all pirate crews getting together. What's up? What's up? How's your bounty? I don't know. Yar, how are you? How's your parrot? You know, I guess that's what, when you go to pirate bars, I guess that's what happens. Everybody's got a wooden leg and a parrot. You go and have a good time. Swing and a miss. Good fastball from Bronzini at 91. And it's even the count at 2-2 on Jake Eater. Bubba Martinez, the right fielder, scheduled next for the Jaxx. Members of the Bay Area Collegiate League, along with the California Red Tails and Marysville Giants, Novato Knicks, and the Chico Lone Wolves, who will be entertaining next Tuesday at 6:35 right here on these same networks. Outside gets by the catcher, bounces back to Villanueva. He thinks about throwing to third, but he's not going to, and Bodie will slide in safely on the wild pitch. Full count now on Jake Eater. After the Lone Wolves, it's time for conference play. First home conference series will be the 20th, 21st, and 22nd of this month against the Humboldt Crabs coming to town. Fouled out of play. A great rivalry. And now it's even more legitimized by being in the same league. In the Pacific Empire League, along with the Solano Mudcats and the West Coast Kings and the Medford Rogues and the Healdsburg Prune Packers. Full count again to Yeater. Takes a fastball. It's just a little bit too inside. And he'll go down to first base on the base on balls. So 2 on. They're at the corners first and third. And here's Bubba Martinez, who struck out twice, looking once and swinging once. the right fielder out of Monterey Peninsula College. Coming up here with a chance to do some damage for the Jaxx. They have very pleasant uniforms. You know, nice blue, nice white numbers that really stand out, you know. Martinez hits it sharply down the third. Hansen knocks it down, picks it up, throws across the diamond. Not in time. And the Jaxx score their first run of the game. So Martinez gets the RBI. Nate Kajowski is going to come out and talk to Bronzini. As that one just a little wrong-footed Hansen, kind of on an in-between hop. Jason knocked it down, gunned it across the diamond, not in time to get Martinez, who legs it out. Makes it 12-1 in favor of the Potters and brings up Lakin Anderson. Out of Menlo College, the DH for the Jaxx, and the conversation is concluded on the mound with Nate Kajowski. Potters also assistant coach Casey DeMello, assistant coach Tyler Malone. And then, of course, the manager is Eli Garcia. Hank Laforte is the baseball ops man. Oh, I like having a baseball ops man. First and second, first pitch outside for a ball. Anderson is struck out and reached on an error. 1-0 coming up from Bronzini. Swing and a miss. Good-looking pitch. Wheatland Little Leaguers raised a little over $400 for the 50-50, so they need to pick it up a little bit. They got 2 more innings. Let's go, guys. Come on. I don't know if they're going to Cooperstown. Everybody's going to Cooperstown this time of year. I don't know what their plans are, but I'm rooting for them. 1-1 on Anderson. Swing and miss again, and Villanueva is thinking about throwing it behind the runner at first, but Jake Lavin was not close enough to the bag to make that a feasible proposition. 1-2 on Anderson. Jonathan Shepard, the left fielder, on deck. Might hit the best ball of the Jaxx night tonight. A fly ball deep into left field that was hauled down by Ethan Liao at the fence back in the 4th inning. There goes the runner, but it doesn't matter because it swung on a miss, and he would have been out by 20 feet anyway. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Potters up big on the Stones Broadcast Networks.
Lincoln provides all the charm of a small town, yet still provides access to excellent local medical care. At Lincoln Urgent Care, you can find expert services and a compassionate staff available 7 days a week. Our friendly front desk staff will welcome you when you come into our brand new facility. Your wait time will be minimal at our walk-in clinic, unlike the emergency room. From broken bones and lacerations to allergies, flu shots, and illnesses, we treat a variety of urgent medical conditions. What sets us apart is not just our central location in Lincoln, but the convenience of our extended hours, including weekends. We've become Lincoln's first choice for urgent care because we treat patients of all ages for a variety of conditions and take most insurances. We're proud to be an approved provider for veterans and welcome in our military patients.
From our family to yours, we're here when you need us.
Very mellow tunes, Raleigh. Thank you so much. Bottom of the 5th, Potters on top 12-1. Jason Hansen's the batter. Shane Saunders is the pitcher. And I think Jaden Olwin is warming up in the pen for the Pleasanton Jaxx, number 16, but Saunders back in here. Hansen check swinging. Did he go around? I thought he did. Yep, he did. You know, I'm in his corner all the time, but I thought he went around. 0-1. Jack 2 started, then Brock McReynolds and Saunders came on in the 4th inning. There's another strike, 0-2. Potter scored 4 in the first, 8 in the 4th. And they lead at 12-1. And it's 0-2 on Jason Hansen. He's followed by Trip Garish and Ethan Liao. Fastball outside, 1-2. Jason, 2 for 3 tonight, or 2 for 2 tonight. He scored twice. He's driven in 3. That's down low for a ball. So he has 6 RBI and 8 runs scored on the season. Came in at 217. He's jumped that up just a little bit with 2 for 2. Chops it down to third base into the hole. Nice play. What a play over there by the new third baseman. I assume that is Pudge, the third baseman, who came on and hit for Peterson. But I went in to find out and make sure, because that was an excellent play, and it robbed Hansen of his 3rd hit of the game. So 1 out in the 5th inning, and that'll bring up Trip Garish.
From the U.S. Air Force Academy, Trip Garish.
Tripp takes it right down the middle for a strike. He has singled, walked, and been hit by a pitch and scored a run. Fouls that one off down the left field line. I think it is Colby Pudge at third base. Nope, that's Brett Valentine that's moved over to third base, number 6, right, Riley? So Valentine makes the play at third to retire Jason Hansen. That's a grounder into the hole. Backhanded to shortstop by Bodie across the diamond. Not in time. Trip Garish beats it out. He's on for the 4th time tonight with 1 out. He is at first base, and Ethan Liao is the hitter. He has reached on catcher's interference. He's reached on a fielder's choice, and he's reached on an RBI single. So Ethan's taken some crazy means to get on base. Yeah, so Colby Pudge is at second base. Valentine has moved over from second to third. Thank you, Riley, for checking that out. And Leo hits it right off the pitcher's leg into center field for a base hit. He's on base for the 4th time. So between he and Trip Garish, they've been on base all 8 times. Now, Ethan is 2 for 3, but still. He came in at 333 and has a pair of hits tonight. That's the 2nd hit of the inning for the Potters. Garish has to stop at second, and Ryan Villanueva is the hitter. Manager for the Jaxx comes out and yells something to the umpire, who tells it to the pitcher. Okay, fair enough. I'm all about communication. Villanueva's hit a sacrifice fly, walked, and singled in a run. So he is 1 for 1 with 2 RBI and runs scored. Potters activity in their bullpen as well, as Bronzini came on and threw the 5th inning. Nice off-speed pitch in there for a strike. Dylan Brown warming up out of Sacramento and USF, University of San Francisco, that is. He is warming up. There goes the runners. They're going to throw to the back end, and the throw is a little bit too short. They had a good idea to throw to the back end, but Leo gets in there safely. Garish went to third. So it's second and third. The pitch called a strike, so it's 0-2 on Ryan Villanueva. And he can add to that till he's got 9 runs batted in on the season. He's got a couple out there right now, but Saunders will now go back to the windup with 1 out. Check swing, did he go? I don't think he did. Asking the base ump, he rings everybody up, and he says, nope, Bannon was right. Didn't go. Pretty good umpire right there, because he agrees with me. 0-2, or 1-2 now to Ryan. That one is call strike 3. Good looking pitch from Saunders right there, and he gets the strikeout. 2 outs here in the inning, second and third, and here's Brett Griffiths. He has flied to center, hit into a double play, and walked and scored back in the fourth when the Potters scored 8 times. Brett out of Sacramento, Jesuit High School, American River College, and Ball State University. He's got relatives all up and down the coast. Takes a check swing, and I thought it was a strike, but it's a ball. I still got the cookies, Mom. I'm still working my way through, slowly and surely. Grandma up in Reading, great-grandma up in Oregon. It's a good network, really. The Griffith Network, I call it. Right, fouls that one off. You'd like to give the Griffith Network something to cheer about here in the bottom of inning number 5. Potters with the big lead. Getting ready for a series with Pelotero starting on Thursday. 6:35 Thursday, 7:05 Friday, but then 6:05 on Saturday for fireworks. Brett hits it sharply but foul over toward the dugout area, so it's 1-2 on the Potters shortstop. He has a home run on the season, 3 runs batted in, 2 runs scored. Make that, 3 runs scored as he came across the plate in that 8-run fourth. Inside corner, misses it. 2-2 now. Top of the 6th coming up. That means Piper's Dance Party. Do not miss Piper's Dance Party. Single best thing that the Peacock does. Brett swings and misses, and he's down on strikes. So no runs on 2 hits, 2 left. We go to the 6th. Potters on top, 12-1.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student-athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Top of the 6th inning, Dylan Brown is our new pitcher, a right-hander out of Sacramento and University of San Francisco. Will come on to face. That's Lucas Schumacher will bat for Jonathan Shepard. I'm going to make that Shoemaker. I wanted to go Schumacher. Look out, that hit him in the helmet. That's not a good start. I didn't get his name right yet, and he was already hit by a pitch. So he'll go down to first base. Hopefully he's fine. He seems fine. It didn't really, kind of a glancing blow. That's Andrew Saucedo. So Andrew Saucedo is the hitter. He'll bat for Chris Kripe, who was 2 for 2 in the game. Saucedo out of Cal Lutheran. Yeah, Carson Kripe was 2 for 2, 2 solid singles. Thank you, Willie. Thank you very much. Willie's hanging in there. That is a breaking ball, misses inside and moves Saucedo off the plate. Andrew, as we said, Cal Lutheran University. Andrew On is scheduled next for the Pleasanton Jaxx. That's lined down the right field line, but it's a foul ball. It scatters the Potters bullpen. They get lazy out there anyway. Solidly struck, but foul from the pinch hitter Saucedo. So he now 1 ball and 1 strike. Bronzini went an inning, gave up 2 hits, a run. He walked 1, he struck out 2. That's in the dirt. He's going to bounce over the backstop and going down through the stands out to the front gate. I think that's illegal, so the runner's going to get to it a second. You don't see that every day, Riley. I don't even think anybody was noticing. People are standing there. They didn't know there's a guy holding a baby. Ball went flying through. Their kid got it. Keep it, kid. Keep it. Go ahead and keep it. Willie will sign it for you. Don't bring it back. What's wrong with you? That's un-American. Keep it. Don't give it to that guy. He's giving it to Piper. What are we teaching children these days? Just get a baseball and go give it to some large, what is it, a rodent? No, it's kind of a flying rodent. What's a peacock? A fowl? Not a bird. It's a streaming service. That's in the dirt for a ball. All right, fan of the game. They keep the ball. Good job, fan of the game. Well done, Piper. Kudos to Piper for bequeathing the ball back to the kid. Fastball inside, and that'll be ball 4. Saucedo goes down to first base, so a hit batter and a walk here in the 6th inning, and that'll bring up, supposed to bring up Andrew On. Let's see who it actually brings up as Nate Kujawski goes out to the mound. It is, in fact, Andrew On, the first baseman. It's coming out from the Pomona Pitzer Sage Hens. I don't know what a sage hen is, but that's what they are. That's something I think Riley should know. What a sage. I'm sure it's in one of his video games. Don't they have a bunch of video games about building a farm or something? Animal Crossing or something like that? Is that a game? Okay. That's like all I've heard of. Sage Hen Reservoir. Oh, that's a cool place. It's in the, okay. Boise National Forest has a Sage Hen Creek. Cool. Doesn't tell me much about sage hens, though. Anyway, here's Andrew On, who has reached on an error and reached on a fielder's choice. So he's 0 for 2, but he's been on twice. Hits a sharp grounder out to shortstop. Griffiths flips it to second for 1. Russell to first. That's a nicely turned double play for the Potters. Moving to third is Shoemaker. Second double play by the Potter infield, both started by Brett Griffiths. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up Rogan Bodie, who is our dueling dogs batter of the game. And he has not been cooperative so far, as the shortstop has a single in the 2nd and a single in the 5th. And he has scored the only run of the game. He hits that one over to first base, and Ty McGraw gets it out of the air, dashing all of our hopes of half-off beer, but closing down the Pleasanton Jaxx in the top of the 6th. Our scores, we go to the bottom. We're going to stay here for Riley the engineer, though, because it's Relaxing with Riley Part 2. It's 12-1 Potters lead. Riley, last time we talked, I asked you too many questions about yourself, so we didn't get to hear what's going on. You play this game called the Sea of Thieves with your buddies, And
Mhm.
tell me again what the Pirates are supposed to do. Your crew of Pirates, what's your goal?
We're supposed to just collect a bunch of gold. And when I said cosmetics, that's more of a blanket term for stuff like outfits and new like skins for your sword and stuff like that.
Oh, that's so they go out and try to buy new clothes.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Pirates are trying to.
Yeah.
This is an odd-sounding game.
That's pretty much all there is in terms of progression.
So what do you got to look for stuff and try to capture it, or do you have to fight people for it? How do you get
all
stuff?
of it. So you can go fight people for it. You can go dig up treasure, like X marks the spot. kind of
Okay, I
stuff.
like that.
Riddles that tell you where the thing is. You could go fight skeletons and blow up 1 billion of them and get some stuff from them.
Okay,
it's
so-
great. I love it. There's so many different things to do.
Something tells me that your crew is like a cooperative bunch of cool guys who just hang out together and try to
Yeah.
work together to achieve world peace.
Not exactly world peace, but maybe.
Okay,
maybe
so
world peace through mutual destruction.
Sea of Thieves, is it a really successful game? Is it really popular?
I think it used to be. I don't think it's as popular as it was when it came out. I don't think a lot of people like to play it anymore. It's very, not a lot of people can get into it easily. So,
I see. Okay.
you
So
know.
what Riley does in Relaxing with Riley episode 1, gets together with his friends. They go play a game where pirates try to go find new clothes.
Yep.
And not many people like the game. Riley, that's a great episode. Congratulations on that. Take us to break. We got a new pitcher. We'll be back. Bottom of the 6th, Potters up big.
Being a laborer means everything. It was what took care of me when I was growing up. It's what takes care of me now. Because of President Biden and the money he's put into infrastructure, the need for our workforce to expand is out of this world. When our members...
Bottom of inning number 6, still recovering from Relaxing with Riley, playing that Sea of Thieves game where we go out and work together to try to get new clothes. Sounds fun. Jaden Owen is our new pitcher. The right-hander will face Jake Lavin, then Brian Williams Jr. and Ty McGraw, and he delivers outside for a ball. I do want to find out more about the sage hens, though, so we'll come back to that. Reservoir is in Idaho. Lavin swings and misses. 90 miles an hour from Jaden Owen. And that one is in the dirt. Jaden coming to us from Vacaville, California. Yeah, he's committed to Coastal Carolina. We'll have to tell Voldemort. That's his school. And they are in the College World Series. So good commitment from Jaden Owen. Played at Vacaville High School. I believe they're the Bulldogs. Or they were back in the day. Tremendous football school. Fastball is a little bit too high, and Lavin takes the base on balls. So that'll bring up Brian Williams Jr., who has walked 3 times and grounded a third.
Now batting for your Potters from Midwest City, Oklahoma, center fielder Brian Williams Jr.
Takes the fastball. It's a strike. That one at 92 miles an hour from Jaden Owen. High fastball. Evens it up at 1-1. Maybe more importantly, the sage hen is a greater sage grouse. It's a species of bird found in the western United States, southern Alberta, and Saskatchewan. How did it find its way to Pomona pitcher? I don't know. Swing and a miss. Good fastball. So Williams will step in again. That one at 91 from Oldwin. Ty McGraw is next for your Potters. We are in the bottom of inning number 6. And that off-speed pitch goes high. I think it's 2-2 score. It says 2-1. I think it's 2-2. Lavin leads at first. Swing and a miss. And Williams is down on strikes. So Owen with an impressive strikeout of Brian Williams, who was .436 coming in tonight. He is 0 for 2 with 3 walks, and that brings up Ty McGraw, who was singled twice and hit a sacrifice fly. Out of Gardendale, Alabama, say hi to Mom Tracy in Gardendale, hopefully watching the game on Stone's Broadcast Networks or Lincoln Potters Baseball on YouTube. There goes the runner. The throw to second base is off the runner, but staying put is Jake Lavin. The throw was good, but you could see from here there was nobody there to get it, and ended up bouncing off of Lavin, but he'll stay at second base. Lincoln Potters Baseball on YouTube, Stone's Broadcast Networks. We urge you to subscribe to those, both actually, but either one's fine if you want to watch every game. It's just going to be 1/3 of the way through the season here pretty soon. Actually, I think we just were. I think we're in the second third of the season, so you don't want to miss anything going forward. We got a couple more non-leagues, including the matchup with the Peloteros coming up this weekend. Then next weekend, it's the first home series of the PEL, and the Humboldt Crabs come to town. You do not want to miss it. First of all, you want to come out if you can. But if you can't, stay home, and we'll tell you all the action and some talking. That's our motto. Lavin dancing off at second base. To the plate, and a strike. One and two on McGraw. Want to get both of those networks over 1,000 subscribers if we can. I know we can. I know the fans are there. And like I say, getting into Pacific Empire League play, it's like watching a Division I game every game. That's hit high up in the air to right center field. Going after it is Eder, and the right fielder tries to make a diving catch and can't do so. McGraw going to second. They're going to hold Lavin at third. He had to wait and see. That was Martinez with a tremendous try in right center field. But McGraw drops it in there for a double. He is 3 for 4. Lavin goes to third base, and with 2 on and 1 out, it brings up Tristan Russell. Just perfectly placed by McGraw in right center field, and Martinez ran out almost from under his shoes there to try to get that one and made the diving try. Lavin had to hold, and he makes it to third, and here's Russell, who has struck out, grounded out, walked, and grounded out again. Tristan leading the team with 23 runs batted in, has a chance for a couple of more, as Lavin is at third and now McGraw is at second. Fastball from Moldwin is outside. Jason Hansen on deck. Once again outside, 2-0. Yeah, Pomona pitcher Sagents. Pomona College and Pitzer College. There's a line drive into right center field. That's down for a base hit. 1 run will score, picked up by Martinez. They're going to hold McGraw at third base as the throw is cut off, and Russell picks up an RBI. His first tonight, his 24th of the season. Lavin scores his third run of the game, and McGraw ends up at third. Potters put up a run on 2 hits. They lead at 13-1, and here's Jason Hansen. Well, no, it isn't Jason Hansen. It's somebody pretending to be Jason Hansen? No, it's actually not. It's number 2. That is Kenneth Winters. Kenny Winters out of Lincoln, California. Going to come on for Hansen in the 6th inning. Jason with a tremendous night's work. 3 at-bats, 2 hits, 2 runs scored, and 3 runs batted in. Runner goes, and Kenny pops it up down the right field line, and it is out of play. So Russell at first after collecting RBI number 24 on the season. McGraw over at third, 3 hits and 4 trips for a tie and 2 runs batted in. Breaking ball stays up in the air, which is too high for Kenneth Winters, and the strike zone as well. 1 ball and 1 strike. Activity in the Potters' pen. I think he's already done warming up. That's a line foul up against the screen on the fastball at 90 miles an hour from Jaden Olin out of Vacaville High School. Well, Pomona pitcher's mascot is not only a sagehand, Riley, it's Cecil the sagehand. His primary rival is the Claremont Mud Script Stags and something else. There goes the runner, but no throw. Sagehens have won 50 individual and 4-team national championships. There you go. Russell in at second base. Now second and third for Kenneth Winters. High fastball all the way back against the screen, but bounced back far enough and not going to chance it is Ty McGraw at third base. So he stays put. Hit down the right field line, down the first baseman, off the first baseman's glove, and everybody's going to be safe. It'll be an error at first base, but it will be an RBI for Kenneth Winters, as the run was going to score anyway. McGraw scores his second run of the day. Moving to third base is Tristan Russell, and Trip Garish, who has 2 hits of his own and has walked and been hit by a pitch. So 3 hits for McGraw, 2 hits for Hanson, and 2 hits for Trip Garish. Swings and misses at that one. Ball gets away, just not enough for any advance to be made. So it's 0-1 on Trip, who came in at .333, singled in the first, walked in the third, was hit by a pitch and scored in the fourth, and then singled in the fifth. Ethan Liao is on deck. He hits it high to right field and deep. It is up. It is out. Trip Garish, a home run. Potters add to the lead, and Trip Garish adds to a good night. He is 3 for 3. He scored 3 times, and he's been on base all 5. That one going out to the Air Force Academy by way of Belmont, California. A 3-run blast by Garish. His first of the season. He now has 4 runs batted in. 340 feet and 103 miles an hour. And I don't want to give anything away, but he can sign this post-it when he comes up for his Player of the Game interview. Oh, my gosh. It's a tight one today. It's a tight one. We got a lot of guys putting up good numbers. Here's Ethan Liao, who has singled twice himself. He's been on base a bunch of times. Catcher's interference, fielder's choice, single and single. He's driven in a run. He scored 1. Swings and misses at the fastball, 0-1. So Trip Garish, a couple of singles, hit by a pitch, walked in a 3-run home run. Nice breaking pitch in there for a strike. Nate Enders out of Ohlone College is warming up in the bullpen. We're in number 14. Liao hits it out to shortstop, having to wait for it on the hop is Bodie across the diamond, and he gets him. Nice play by Rogan Bodie at shortstop for 2 outs here in the 6th inning, and Ryan Villanueva is our hitter. Lavin walked to start the inning, then Williams struck out. A double from McGraw, a single from Russell. An error allowed Winters to reach base. Then a 3-run home run by Trip Garish. There's another fastball. That's low and outside to Villanueva. Sacrifice fly, walk, RBI single, strikeout. Fastball, that catches the corner, 1-1. Ryan did not feel it, caught the corner. And it's a just polite disagreement between he and the umpire. Because when you're the catcher, you have to be more careful. Because you're going to sit in front of the guy half the game. And you want your pitcher to get all the breaks. That's an awesome looking pitch, but it misses, 2-1. Fouled back. 27, Drew Kirby. No, make that Peter Jensen. Oh, number 29, the guy who just had a birthday. He's warming up in the bullpen. Fastball misses, 3-2. High fly ball, short center field, going out the shortstop, second baseman, center fielder coming in, shortstop. Bodie, another nice play at shortstop to end the inning, but the Potters score 5 times. 17-1, we go to the 7th.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Sorry, I was late coming back because the winner of the 50-50 wanted to ask me where his money was. And since he was like, well, I didn't have an answer for him. I didn't want to tell him, so I just sent him over to somebody else. Total retail job by me. Peter Jensen's our pitcher. Celebrated his birthday the other day, and he's on the mound today to celebrate again, hopefully, as Colby Pudge will be the first hitter. The second baseman came on back in the 5th inning and struck out, so he is 0 for 1 in this one. And he gave it all back to that fine gentleman. Well done, sir. Outside from Jensen. 4th appearance of the season for Peter Jensen. 2 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. Struck out 5 and has not walked anybody yet. 3.38 ERA for the right-hander out of Sacramento City College. That one is outside for a ball. Moon is peeking up. You got the moon. You don't have the moon on the shot, Riley. Where's our cameras? Put our moon camera on. It reminds me of the great Tom Maley, Moon Maley. Oh, okay, so we got to be patient is what you're saying? All right, okay. I get excited. There's a strike. moon melee, as Tom theorized that the moon rays may have something to do with the flight of a fly ball, which is obviously bunk, but we made him believe we believed it. And we've kept it going now for 2 years, and so I think he believes we believe it. I kind of do. Another strike, 3-2. Colby Pudge out of Jessup, listed as a catcher. Outfielder, he's playing second base today. Came on for Luca Peterson back in the 5th inning. That's fouled off on another breaking pitch from Peter Jensen. That is a good-looking pitch, but it misses. Ball 4. So Pudge will go down to first base. He has himself a base on balls. Should mention Dylan Brown went 1 inning, gave up no hits. He walked 1, hit 1, and struck out none, but came out of there unscathed as they turned to double play behind him, and then he got Bodie to pop up to first base. So here's Brent Valentine, who's hit into a double play and struck out. He is now the third baseman, and he takes that one inside for a ball. He's made a tremendous defensive play down to third to rob Jason Hansen earlier. One and 0. Pudge is threatening to go at first base. And that one is inside again, 2-0. Jake Eater, the top of the order. Coming next for the Jacksonville, or the Pleasanton Jacks, or the Jacksonville Pleasants. Either way, just getting started on their season. 2 balls and 1 strike on the third baseman, Valentine. That one off the top of the glove and goes back to the screen. Going to second is Pudge. And it's 3-1 now on Valentine. Brent out of Chapman University. Good Tuesday night out at McBean Stadium. Jensen delivers a strike. 3-2 now on Valentine. Lone run for the Jaxx was back in the 5th inning. Padres have had 3 big innings. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. 1 out here in the 7th, and Jake Eater's the hitter. Padres with 4 in the first, 8 in the 4th, and then 5 in the 6th. Keyed by the 3-run home run by Trip Garish. Eater has grounded to short. He has struck out and got a base on balls. The center fielder is 0 for 2, and he's up here with 1 out, and he's got Pudge at second base. He's dancing off the bag as the pitch is delivered in for a strike. 0-1. Padres' John Alkire went the first 4, gave up 3 hits, struck out 4. Then Bronzini and Brown, a single inning apiece. Bronzini gives up a run in his inning. And now Peter Jensen here in the top of inning number 7. Hits it sharply right at the dugout, over to the brick and barrel backyard. Hopefully everybody's okay there. Wow, that was close. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Yeater. Bubba Martinez in the on-deck circle, the right fielder. Misses outside is Peter Jensen. Haven't heard anything from my trivia team, my Tuesday night trivia team, so I don't know. They might be slow playing it. Maybe they won and they just don't, kind of springing on me later. Or maybe they came in out of the money for once. Missing some players tonight. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Eater down on strikes for the second out. And we've got a pinch hitter coming up, and that will be Chase Carangella. So Carangella is going to bat. So Carangella out of Kenyatta College will come up and hit for Martinez here in inning number 7 with 2 outs. Martinez was 1 for 3 and drove in a run. Had a couple strikeouts, and Carangella comes on Chase for his first appearance here. Hits it high up in the air, right side. Coming on is Lavin, and he's calling for it, and he's making the catch for the out. Good inning for Jennings with a couple of strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Potters stretching with that big lead.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street. Only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in our store, our conference facilities, an amazing team help us keep together an amazing organization, and we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Bottom of inning number 7, Potters up big on the Pleasant and Jaxx. Then Jaxx will bring in a new pitcher. Their 5th pitcher of the day is Nate Enders out of Malone College. The right-hander will face Brett Griffiths, and the top of the order, Jake Lavin and Brian Williams Jr. First pitch is outside for a ball, and you can kind of see that moon coming in on the moon cam, Riley. It's a little speck out there. It's much more magnificent right here, and I'm sure you'll get that. That's down low. But you can see the promise of it. Yeah, there you go. Oh, look at you. Oh, I have a camera. I can zoom in on the moon. That's not bad, my friend. That's well done. Look at you. You're crazy. It's just ball 2. That's good. That's well done, Riley. Of course, we have to get back in so we can see the game now. But, I mean, for a moonshot, that's very good. Enders delivers a strike on the inside corner. 3-1. So we have the ability to go to the moon and then come back. Oh, that's pretty good. That's technology. That is ball 4. Second time Brett's walked today. He's also flied out, struck out, and into a double play. So 0 for 3. He goes down to first base. And here's Jake Lavin. Jake has singled, struck out, reached out in there and scored, walked, and walked again. He has 3 runs scored, and he's driven in 1. and that's the most I can say about it. And he takes outside. One and 0 on Jake. Swings and misses at that one. Evens it up 1 ball and 1 strike. Jake from Laguna Beach and UC Berkeley. Hitting .418 coming into the game tonight. 5 RBI and 10 runs scored, so make that 13 runs scored and 6 RBI. Over the top and too high, 2-1. Brian Williams Jr. scheduled next. There goes the runner. It's too high. The throw to second is on target, but a little too late, but he got him. Griffiths is out at second base for the first out of the inning. He's having a couple of words, running right with the umpire right next to him, and I don't think he's saying, how's it going? Where do you want to go later? I hear Dillion's is now turned into a new place. It's really a good hang. Old Town Pizza's right there. I don't think that's what they were talking about. Outside, and there's a walk to Jake Lavin, his third of the day. We got a pinch hitter for Brian Williams Jr. here. It's Tyler Russell. So Ty Russell comes on for Brian. Williams 0 for 2. He scored twice, drove in 1. Stole a couple of bases, and Russell will be the hitter. Tyler at 286 on the season. No home runs, 4 runs batted in, 3 runs scored. Wanted to mention that Jake Lavin has 12 base on balls coming in. He now has 15 walks on the season. He is over at first base, and that ball's in the dirt. Aiden Chang in the on-deck circle to bat for Ty McGraw. Hit sharply out to second base. Going to his left. Second baseman picks it up over to first, and it gets under the glove at first base. And it's a throwing error, and Vados will have runners at second and third. That is Pudge out there at second base, and the throw just a little too low. And that'll move Lavin all the way over to third. It'll be an error. That is the 4th error for the Jaxx. And now with runners at second and third and 1 out, that brings up Aiden Chang. Great night for Ty McGraw. 3 hits out of 4 at-bats. He scored 2 runs. He drove in 2 runs. It's another good night for McGraw, hitting at .389 on the season. I think he might get nudged out for player of the game by Tripp, because Tripp had a 3-run home run. You know, we tend to, but both of them with tremendous nights, and McGraw has been playing that way all season long. Chang watches the ball drop in for a strike. Aiden at .375, 5 runs batted in, and 8 runs scored for the catcher, the usual catcher. Takes the ball. He's out of Mount Marty University, the Lancers, originally out of Roseville, California. That's in the dirt. Brady Ronaldo on deck to bat for Tristan Russell. That's hit up in the air to left field, giving chase into the corner, reaching up. Did he make the catch? I believe he did. And it's thrown in there. Advancing and scoring on the sacrifice fly from Aiden Chang is Jake Lavin. And moving to third is Ty Russell. So Chang gets the sacrifice fly. Nice running catch in left field. I believe that would be Shoemaker out in left field. Good catch out there. Here's Brady Ronaldo out of Sierra College with Russell now at third base. unearned run for the Potters there. And that ball is a little bit too high. Brady at 167. He's driven in 5 runs. He scored 7 runs. Hits that one up in the air to right field. Hit it pretty well, too. Moving back and over and falling down and missing the ball in right field. Ronaldo staying on his feet. He'll keep going around second. He might think about trying to score. He's going to stay at third. So Ronaldo delivers a triple and scores Russell. He'll get himself a run batted in as well. Second run in the inning for the Potters. And that'll bring up Kenny Winters. Winters batted for Jason Hansen back in the 6th inning, pick up an RBI.
For your Potters from right here in Lincoln, number 2, Kenny Winters.
So here's Winters. Ball 1. Kenneth out of Lincoln, California. Kenny or Kenneth, you can go either way. Enders delivers high for a ball. He's been a victim of some tough luck here in the inning. Had an error and a fly ball. Had a great catch by Shoemaker. We think it was Shoemaker in left field. Then a tough play in right field. That one's down low. Thinking that was Carangello in right field. 3-0 pitch right down the middle for a strike, 3-1. Winters followed by, we're supposed to be Trip Garish in the on-deck circle. Let's see, I believe it is. In the dirt, Winters takes the base on balls. So here is Trip Garish, who has singled, walked, been hit by a pitch, singled, and hit a 3-run homer. So he's had quite the day, has our guy from Belmont, California, and the Air Force Academy. Came in at 333. Driven in 3 runs, gives him 4 on the season. He scored 2, so he has 4 scored, 4 driven in. Takes down low and it gets away. Nobody moving for the Potters. They have runners at first and third. Ronaldo at third. Over at first is Kenneth Winters. Nate Enders, the 5th pitcher. 2s, McReynolds, Saunders, Oldwin, and now Enders. Ethan Liao is in the on-deck circle for the Potters, who have scored twice here in the 7th. There goes the runner, and that ball is up the middle. Another base hit for Trip Garish. Scooped up in center field by Yeater. He gets it in, but it's an RBI single for Tripp, and the day keeps getting better for the left-hand hitting DH. As Ronaldo scores, moving all the way over to third is Kenneth Winters, and here's Ethan Liao.
Now batting for your Potters from Dublin, California, Ethan Liao.
Ethan with a couple of hits in this one, and a run batted in, and a run scored. He also reached on catcher's interference back in the first inning, which you don't see every day. That's in the dirt. Garish is going to take the opportunity to mosey on down to second base. Ryan Villanueva to follow here in the bottom of inning number 7. That one's a call strike. That's in there for a strike. Sharp grounder down the third base line is foul. Oh and 2 now. Swing and miss, and Leo's out on strikes. So the Potters put up 3 more. We go to the 8th. Potters on top 20-1.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
Situated on the corner of Lincoln Boulevard and 5th Street, this iconic building has been the home to several hotels over the decades, the most famous and longest running of which was the Lincoln Inn. Having undergone several renovations and architectural changes, this building is the current home of Old Town Pizza, which boasts not 1 but 2 floors for your dining enjoyment, including open-air seating on the roof. Stop in for a slice today. Or stop by the Lincoln Museum to see the 300-pound cash register that used to adorn the front desk of the Lincoln Inn. For more great history, visit the Lincoln Area Archives Museum and, by appointment only, take their free walking tour of historic downtown Lincoln.
Top of the 8th inning, Potters bringing in a new pitcher, and his name, which I've already forgotten, is Dawson Raddick. Shouldn't forget Dawson. He's making his 6th appearance, 7 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 1 earned run, an ERA of 1.17. He has a save. He is out of Gretna, Nebraska, I believe. And that is true. So I haven't forgotten him. First pitch inside. So Jeff Goldberg is batting for Anderson. And he'll lead us off and take it outside for a ball. Anderson 0 for 3 while he was in there, and Jeff Goldberg comes to us from Whistler College. Take this break in the action to try to decipher this text I got via Stones McCoy, via somewhere else. Okay, Brett Grivis, Nana Pam is a grandma, Nana from Reading, great-grandma from Oregon. I got to get this straight, Riley. This is the most important thing. I guess the cookies came from Grandma. All right. Well, that was at last year at ARC, okay? So that's Nana from Reading and great-grandma from Oregon. Okay, got it. Chopper fell. You guys are the best. Even if I get you wrong, you guys are still the best. So Raddick, the 5th pitcher, Alkire, Bronzini, Brown, Jensen, and Raddick. Brown with a good inning, gave up a walk. That's a ground route towards second base. That's Brady Rinaldo going to his left. He'll go to first for the out. So Jensen gave up 1 walk and struck out 2 in a scoreless inning. And now Raddick. Defensively, Kenneth Winters at third. Griffiths is still at short. At second, Rinaldo. At first, Jake Lavin. Then Liao in left. Tyler Russell in center and Aiden Chang in right. I think Villanueva is still behind the plate. As Shoemaker is going to hit her, he was hitting the head the last time he got up to the plate, so he's already lasted longer than last time. And 1 ball and no strikes from Dawson Raddick. That one is on the corner, 1-1. Potters have tomorrow off. Then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, it's Peloteros in town. Saturday's superhero night, but Willie just gave me the insides, gave me the skinny on Thursday. as that is inside. Did you say $1 beers, Willie? $1. So you take $1, take it up there and give it to them, and they give you a beer. That is just, God, America is a great country. No, there's no way. Are you kidding me? It's got to be at least 8 ounces, right? $1 beer. $1. Oh, well, we know we'll find Jordan on Thursday. Wow. That is inside. So I'm thinking you bring your lounge chair with you. You get in the gates and you just go pitch it over by the Brick and Barrel backyard or down the third base line and just sit there the whole time. And then bring your phone, watch the game. And it's all good. There's strike 3 call. Raddick gets the call, third strike on Shoemaker, 2 outs. And Andres Acedo should be the hitter here, the catcher. Are you sure, Willie? $1 beers. Like 4 quarters. 10 dimes. A lot of nickels. I don't know how many nickels. There's Tyler Thompson will bat for Acedo. 2 50-cent pieces. A half a $2 bill. That is, well, if you have a $2 bill, you can get 2 beers for it. That's good. Although I wouldn't use it on that. I'd save it. Yeah, I'd save the $2 bill. It's called Thirsty Thursday. It's also called Freaking Deal Thursday. Can I call it Freaking Deal Thursday, FDT? You come with $5 to the game. I would bring 10 because you can get some good eats down there for $5. This is, who came up with it? What advertising genius? Who's the genius came up with it? That's ridiculous. Nolan? Well, I got to give him credit. It may be the greatest single idea I've ever heard. Or worst. That's line down the right field line, foul. So we're bringing the Pelotteros in. There's already a bitter rivalry between the two teams. And $1 beer. I might even pay for my beer for once. Stones will not be. Oh, that's right. Stones is a coach. There, it got to be called strike 3, and it is. Raddick comes in and shuts him down 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Potters up big on the Stones Broadcast Networks.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of 5 Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5 Star treats us like we're number one. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're 5 Star Bank. How can we help you?
Silverado grill, and I buy the bar double
Bottom of the 8th inning, Riley got to make not a correction, but a clarification. There will be $1 beers on Thursday. Not every beer is $1. There will be a beer that's $1, but it's not like every beer is $1. Do you get my distinction there? I want to make that clear. I'm still pitching to 10. I'm not saying I'm not, but I'm just saying I want you to know that. You'll be going to the dollar beer place. Okay, there's a dollar beer. There's beer for the dollar. Not every beer for $1. You got that, Spencer? Boy, he looks tired. That kid does too much work. He looks tired. Either that or yeah. Anyway, here's Ryan Villanueva starting us off. Nate Enders still on the hill for the Pleasanton Jaxx. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Villanueva has hit a sacrifice fly, walk, ground ball, single, RBI single, strikeout, and a pop out to shortstop. So he is 1 for 3 and has driven in 2 runs. And he takes a strike, so it's 1-1. Now that I have the Griffith Family Network on here, I know that Gigi is in Oregon and Nana is in Reading, and Mom is right around here. So I'm on it now. Thanks to Gary for cluing me in. And I guess thanks to Stones for forwarding the message. Gosh, I don't like that guy. High fly ball right field. Corangella circling it, and did he get it? I believe he did. Okay, makes the catch in right field. It maybe was more difficult than it could have been. I'm just going to say that. I don't know. I haven't played right field in a long time. Don't get me wrong. Speaking, here he is from Ball State, Brett Griffiths. He is flied out, grounded out into a double play, walked and scored, walked again and struck out, and he takes a ball. Brett out at shortstop for the Potters tonight. Been in on a couple of double plays, started them out. In fact, pop-up, infield, calling it second base is Budge, and he makes the catch. 2 outs quickly here for Enders in the 8th inning, and Jake Lavin is the hitter, but it's not Jake Lavin. It will be Brady Fern. Out of Citrus Heights, California, Brady Fern. Jake was 1 for 3 today. He scored 4 runs. He walked 3 times in the dirt, had 1 base hit, which we said, and drove in 1 run. So 1 for 3, scored 4 times, gives him 14 runs scored, and picked up his 6th run batted in as well. Tyler Russell is on deck in case he's needed, as Fern has a 1-ball, no strike count. Fastball inside corner for a ball. And Brady fouls that one out of play to our right. 2 balls and 1 strike on the Citrus Heights product. He will maybe take over first base, which is where Jake was when we last saw him. Fern takes a strike, 2-2. Looks like Connor Doucette might be warming up for the Potters. Line drive down to first, handled by the first baseman on, and that is the end of the inning. So 1-2-3 for the Potters in the 8th. We go to the 9th, and they're up big on the Stones Broadcast Networks.
This job is the Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the topside included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place.
It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
If you're in need of a seasoned DUI attorney, contact the law office of Samuel D. Burns Incorporated. We are familiar with the laws surrounding your case, and we will work diligently to minimize the negative impact following a DUI charge. With a proven track record, Sam Burns works on your behalf to provide a positive outcome. He's been able to save his clients' driver's licenses and negotiate more favorable terms. Visit our website.
So many local businesses trust Wizix Technology Group when it comes to their office technology. Wizix is a full-service, locally owned company with exceptional service, supplies, and support, which guarantees quick delivery and response times. Copiers, printers, scanners, business phone systems, EV charging, document management, and more. Join the ever-growing list of local businesses and win with Wizix, the largest independent provider in the Valley. Wizix, office technology made easy.
Andrew On will lead us off here in the top of the ninth inning against Connor Doucette, the new Potters pitcher, who delivers a strike. He is the sixth Potters pitcher. Alkire went 4, then Bronzini, Brown, Jensen, Raddick, and Doucette. Raddick with 2 strikeouts in the inning of work. Potters have 10 strikeouts in the game tonight. Doucette misses outside. Connor with making his 4th appearance, 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 1 save, no ERA. He comes to us out of the Woodlands in Texas, or the Woodlands, Texas, and swing and a miss from On. 1-2 now on Andrew, who has reached on an error, hit into a fielder's choice, and grounded into a double play. Outside on the slider, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grounder down to third, that's a foul ball. Kenneth Winters over at third for the Potters. Griffiths at short. Rinaldo at second. At first is Aiden Chang. Brady Fern went out to right field. Ty Russell's in center. Ethan Liao in left. Ryan Villanueva behind the plate. And on the mound is Connor Doucette. John Alkire stands to get his 2nd win of the season. He went 4 innings, gave up 3 hits, and struck out 4. So a real good outing from John. Doucette delivers. Strike 3 call. Villanueva knew it before anybody else did. So 1 out here in the inning. And Rogan Bodie, the shortstop, is the next scheduled hitter. Bodie has a couple of hits in this game and has also popped out as 2 for 3 and has scored the only run for the Jaxx. Swings and misses at that one. Gets away from Villanueva, so it's 0-1. Swings and misses again. And that one gets away from Ryan, 0-2. Bodie can't hit it, and Villanueva can't catch it, but other than that, it's working out good for everybody. 1 out here in the 9th. Potters will go to 11-1 on the season, ahead of a 3-game series against Peloteros that starts on Thursday at 6:35. And it's $1 beer night. There is a beer that's $1. Not every beer. I can put that out there now. But there is $1 beer. And Jordan Georgeson's already made his, he's got a reservation. It's like setting up an RV park. He's got a reservation. We'll get a couple of other guys get reservations. Hit up in the air down the right field line. First baseman Chang going after it. And did he make the catch? They're acting like he did. Yes, he did. Aiden Chang going into nowhere's land, and the umpire fouled him, and Chang makes the catch. So 2 outs. That'll bring up Colby Pudge. Budge has struck out and walked in 2 appearances. Inside for a ball. 1-0. Fastball just a little bit too low, so it's 2-0. Kobe Budge out of Jessup University. That's popped out of play, 2-1. Shout out to the fans who stuck it out here. Pleasant night of baseball. Good time had by all. It was a bruised day, you know, $4 off. One was basing. Fastball catches it. Strike 2, 2-2. So the Potters looking to put this one away and take the day off tomorrow. Peloteros in town Thursday, 6:35. Friday, 7:05. Saturday, fireworks, 6:05. Go to LincolnPotters.com. Get your tickets. Get your information. Fastball just inside, 3-2. It had to be a ball because you know the umpire wants to go home too. So, I mean, come on. If he calls it a ball, it's a ball. You know that. Come on. He's only human, you know. With that said, he could have called it a strike. That is inside, ball 4. So Budge will go down to first base.
They're waiting for somebody with a megaphone. They want somebody with a megaphone. They need somebody else.
So that
For the Jaxx, number 6.
Brent Valentine. So Valentine comes up here. With 2 outs, Valentine has struck out twice and into a double play. Started at second base, now playing third for the Jaxx. He takes down low for a ball from Doucette.
What's the line on the trip? Two runs, 4.
Swing and a miss. Fastball just misses. Two and 1. Lifted out into right field, giving chase as Brady Fern comes in, dives down. He makes the catch, and that's your ball game. Brady Fern, Aiden Chang, their defensive guys come in, they make plays, and that's the game. No runs, no hits, 1 left. That's your ball game. Final score, Potters 20, and the Jaxx 1. John Alkire gets the win, his 2nd of the season. We're back with our postgame with our Raising Cane's player of the game, Trip Garish, right after this short break on the Stones Broadcast Networks.
Lincoln provides all the charm of a small town, yet still provides access to excellent local medical care. At Lincoln Urgent Care, you can find expert services and a compassionate staff available 7 days a week. A friendly front desk staff will welcome you when you come into our brand new facility. Your wait time will be minimal at our walk-in clinic, unlike the emergency room. From broken bones and lacerations to allergies, flu shots, and illnesses, we treat a variety of urgent medical conditions. What sets us apart is not just our central location in Lincoln, but the convenience of our extended hours, including weekends. We've become Lincoln's first choice for urgent care because we treat patients of all ages for a variety of conditions and take most insurances. We're proud to be an approved provider for veterans and welcome in our military patients.
From our family to yours, we're here when you need us.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Situated on the corner of Lincoln Boulevard and 5th Street, this iconic building has been the home to several hotels over the decades, the most famous and longest running of which was the Lincoln Inn. Having undergone several renovations and architectural changes, this building is the current home of Old Town Pizza, which boasts not one but 2 floors for your dining enjoyment, including open-air seating on the roof. Stop in for a slice today, or stop by the Lincoln Museum to see the 300-pound cash register that used to adorn the front desk of the Lincoln Inn. For more great history, visit the Lincoln Area Archives Museum and, by appointment only, take their free walking tour of historic downtown Lincoln.
Being a laborer means everything. It was what took care of me when I was growing up. It's what takes care of me now. Because of President Biden and the money he's put into infrastructure, the need for our workforce to expand is out of this world. When our members are able to go to work on these big projects that are funded by Biden's economic investments, it means continued growth in their wages, in their pensions, in their health benefits. It means they're going to be able to take care of their families.
And now it's time for our Raising Cane's Player of the Game interview. Right here on Stone's Broadcast Networks.
Welcome into the Potters postgame. Mark the Phantom Low here. Our Raising Cane's Player of the Game is also here, and his name is Trip Garish. Trip, congratulations. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Absolutely great to see you. Now, I remember last year when you left, we made a big deal out of you leaving. And then I look down this year and I say, hey, he's coming back. How does that work? Now, they give you a vacation from the Air Force. How does that work?
Yeah, so I got 3 weeks off. And
you're coming to Lincoln.
Of course.
Fantastic.
I had so much fun last year.
So that's what I was going to say. You coming in last year. How is it different this year coming back than it was last year when you started?
Different guys. Definitely a younger team. So a little less experience, but the guys are great. Love coming out.
Is the feeling a little different? You got Eli as the manager. It's his first time managing the Potters.
A little different, but it's still baseball.
Now, you had to beat out some pretty tough competition to get player of the game today. Yeah, Jason Hanson had a couple hits. Ty had a couple hits. John pitched a great game. How much fun is it for you guys when everybody's kind of rolling together?
It's awesome. It takes the pressure off you. You know, if one guy doesn't get it done, then the next guy will get it done. So it just makes it super easy. No pressure in the box, and I'm sure less pressure on the mound or in the field.
Yeah, so the home run today, obviously a great shot. You've been hitting the ball hard. It seems like all that. Did you feel like one was coming?
To be honest, no.
Really?
I just try to see the ball well and hit it up the middle and try to think as little as possible, to be honest.
Yeah, I can identify with that. Finally, Tripp, you come out here this year. We talked about last year here. This year, are your goals different? Do you have goals this year? Just going to come out and have fun. What's the number one thing for you?
Come out, have fun, enjoy this game of baseball, and enjoy it with my brothers out here.
And how about enjoying it in front of this crowd? These guys had to make you feel good if you're back here this year.
Of course. I love it. Love coming out here. Love the environment. Love Lincoln.
Tripp Garrish, thanks so much, man. You're a Raising Cane's player of the game. It's such a pleasure to see you again. Hopefully we'll see you back up here before the summer's over.
Yeah.
That's Tripp Garrish. He's our Raising Cane's player of the game. We're back with more postgame right after this on the Stones Broadcast Networks.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team helps keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Back to the Potters postgame. Our thanks to our Raising Cane's player of the game, Tripp Garrish. What a game. 4 for 4, drove in 4, scored 2, just hit the ball hard every time. What a great game. Like I said, he had to beat out some great competition. Jason Hansen was 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Also, let's see, Ty McGraw was 3 for 4, and he drove in 2, and he scored 2. And John Alkire, 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, and 4 strikeouts to get his second win. So a great game for the Potters. They win a big 20-1. Now it's a day off tomorrow. We come back on Thursday, the Pelotero, 6:35. I still can't believe it. There's a $1 beer. Okay, $1 beer night out here. Then Friday at 7:05. Saturday is fireworks at 6:05. Get your tickets, LincolnPotters.com. On behalf of me, Mark the Phantom Lowe, I say once again, Potters 20 and the Jaxx 1. There's Riley the engineer, Willie Preston over there, all the interns. Thanks so much, and thanks to you for watching. We'll see you next time.